ready to fight and be ready to kill.
You cannot stop me, I'ma make it to the top spicy. Call it covenant, not cocky. You cannot break me, this world's mine for the taking. Got an inch, man, I'm making. I'll keep my head down and grind and be patient. I'll take a stab at the top and the sailing. They can all try, but you cannot contain it. Cause I see the things that I want and I take on my goals. Push myself to the brink, no limit. Do what it takes to be free, committed. I'm a little obsessed with things, I'll admit it. But that's what it takes to get a freedom ticket. Got a killer instinct and it's just the beginning. Breaking down walls and the hurt start thinning. And the more you push it, the fast start trimming. Till you're the only one standing up straight, winning all.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
You just gotta wanna keep chasing. Put you everything you're facing. Keep up with the pace and adrenaline rush starts racing. Get through all the things you hate and don't let the others in charge of your dreams. They just don't know what it takes to be seen. You see the ship take control of your team. And if you're alone, then a one-man army. So you better be starving and you better be carving. Through the hate, keep marching. And every day keep charging ahead till you get what you want, what you dream. Regret is a thing of the past and you'll see that you've always had it inside is the key to make the most of this life believe.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
Your will lies deep way under the surface. And like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Let's go.
Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown. Or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan and I found out that I can execute. If I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom, read some books, something written, watch the best, teach a system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing.
Your will lies deep way under the surface. And like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Your will lies deep way under the surface. And like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
It's out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me.
It lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. It lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. I got all the voters. I swear to God, I've been at it for a minute. Climbing to the top, and this music was my ticket. Found a way to grind, turn a passion to a business. No limit, I'ma get it, having millions as a witness. I'm addicted to winning, living up every single day. I'll be fighting and building up in a million different ways. I don't think I can stop, I think I need the chase. I love to race, and I'm running till I'm first place. Long nights, long flights, I'ma make it big. Big dreams, big sights since I was a kid. Doing things that I like, let the pieces fit. I like the pain, feel alive when I'm under it. I could change, adapt, do what I need to. All these obstacles, they looking see-through. Don't let the anger out, just let it feed you. I'll see you at the top, just let me teach you. Yeah, I'ma be a high roller. Move forward in the battle like soldier. In the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor. I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters. You could call me POTUS, I got all the voters. They be like, really? You got a milli from doing something silly? I'm like, chilly, I've been killing for decades now, Billy. Well, maybe like several years, but who's counting really? I just know how to turn something silly into a milli. Got a lot to say, and a lot need to hear it. You don't quit today, we don't stop, no, we feel it to the top. Yeah, we change our whole world, yeah, we steer it. Getting lost in the things that make us all worth hearing. I'm the first one to turn up, learn stuff, but mostly I'm just in the lab getting work done. Cause the bills on the first, they still worth some. I never forget being broke, man, it hurts, son. But not as bad as not having any purpose. I took stabs, this and that, and it's working. But I still grind every day for that thirst. It's a curse being first, yeah, still gotta get my work done. Yeah, I'ma be a high roller. Move forward in the battle like soldier. In the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor. I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters. You could call me POTUS, I got all the voters. Yeah, let's go. New year, new me, turn it up a new degree. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I see. Work hard every day, work hard, then we play. I'll be doing everything in my own damn way. Ain't nobody tell me shit, I'm on top of it. Writing hits that make other people feel like writing hits. We gon' get every little goal that we wanna get. Never quit, we don't even know what it means to quit. Write it down, what you want, what you need, what you see. Everything that you wanna be. Put it out in the world, that's your destiny. In your mind, what you need is to have believe. I'm gonna make it to the top. Cause I never stop, my own switch doesn't have enough. I think it's broken, I think it's lost. I guess that's why I never take a loss. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see. Don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see. Don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're
you're bound to win. Make a deal with yourself that you'll get after it. Find something that you love, call it passionate. Or find some passion and leaving behind adequate. Your journey starts now, time to make it happen then. You could be great, have it your way. Served up like some room service on a nice plate. The high life is only hours a day away from making a change to the life that you chase. New year, new you, new day. Go prove to yourself you could do anything you wanna do. When you set your mind to something big that you choose, break it down to the root, chip away, gotta move. Push past all your limitations. Right now consider this an invitation. Make your worth go up like inflation, and start chasing your dreams, stop waiting. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down what you see, don't give up, just believe, and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
You cannot stop me, I'ma make it to the top spicy. Call it covenant, not cocky. You cannot break me, this world's mine for the taking. Got an itch, man, I'm making. I'll keep my head down and grind and be patient. I'll take a stab at the top and the sailing. They can all try, but you cannot contain it. Cause I see the things that I want and I take on my goal. Push myself to the brink, no limit. Do what it takes to be free, committed. I'm a little obsessed with things, I'll admit it. But that's what it takes to get a freedom ticket. Got a killer instinct and it's just the beginning. Breaking down walls and the hurt start thinning. And the more you push it, the fast start trimming. Till you're the only one standing up straight, winning all.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
chase it. Pursue everything you're facing. Keep up with the pace and adrenaline rush starts racing. Get through all the things you hate in. Don't let the others in charge of your dreams. They just don't know what it takes to be seen. You see the ship take control of your team, and if you're alone, then a one-man army. So you better be starving, and you better be carving. Through the hate, keep marching, and every day keep charging ahead till you get what you want, what you dream. Regret is a thing of the past, and you'll see that you've always had it inside. Is the key to make the most of this life. Believe.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Let's go. Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute. If I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom, read some books, something written, watch the best, teach a system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing, yeah. Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Purpose is better than any drug you could ever think. If you know why you're doing something, that's all you need. I wake up ready for the day because I believe in everything that I'm doing, like it was meant to be. I get fixated and captivated on learning things. Don't hesitate to ask questions, the answer that I need. It's out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me.
It lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. I got all the voters.
I swear to God, I've been at it for a minute. Climbing to the top, and this music was my ticket. Found a way to grind, turn a passion to a business. No limit, I'ma get it, having millions as a witness. I'm addicted to winning, living up every single day. I'll be fighting and building up in a million different ways. I don't think I can stop, I think I need the chase. I love the race, and I'm running till I'm first place. Long nights, long flights, I'ma make it big. Big dreams, big sights since I was a kid. Doing things that I like, let the pieces fit. I like the pain, feel alive when I'm under it. I could change, adapt, do what I need to. All these obstacles, they look and see through. Don't let the anger out, just let it feed you. I'll see you at the top, just let me teach you.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller. Move forward in the battle like soldier. In the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motor. I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters. You could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
They be like, really, you got a milli from doing something silly? I'm like, chilly, I've been killing for decades now, Billy. Well, maybe like several years, but who's counting really? I just know how to turn something silly into a milli. Got a lot to say, and a lot need to hear it. You don't quit today, we don't stop, no, we feel it to the top. Yeah, we change our whole world, yeah, we steer it. Getting lost in the things that make us so worth hearing. No, I'm the first one to turn up, learn.
Welcome everybody to Plausible Gaming Championship Series. We're on Counter-Strike here at the Grand Finals. It's Season 7 and it has been a roller coaster to get ourselves to this point. And I tell you what, Puffo Bob is here with us as well. It has been quite an interesting storyline. A forfeit to allow one of these teams to go through while the other one 2-0s their way across.
Yeah, that's going to make for a grand final for sure, because on the side of Nikal, we don't necessarily know, or let's actually go through the teams first. It will be Nisla Rakov facing Enosis, and you mentioned it, Nisla got through thanks to a forfeit by, I do believe it was Many Esports, and Enosis, who steamrolled through both the matchups, second one a bit more difficult, but the first one not much of an issue. And here are your teams, your grand finals. Enosis Esports facing Nisla Rakov. These are the teams that have built their way through all the brackets, through the semifinals, and now look to claim the grand prize. One team getting $140, and the other one just a good old 40, with both also gaining Discord perks.
Of course, you can't rule out Nissel, especially even when they did have many forfeit against them. We know from previous games that they 100% can go and step up to the stage and bring Anisos to the limit, as we have the highlight of Anisos against the Cyber Servants. They went on fire that day, didn't they?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, they certainly did. And Enosis on Ancient were a force that necessarily can't even be reckoned with, I'll be completely frank. Now, I mean, we can see it from the shots, MUV was popping out, but the rest of the team were also good at carrying those hero caves that were needed at certain moments. While those Cyber Savants fought back for a couple of these rounds, it was just not enough. We only got ourselves to the double jet, but hey, it's only one map, right? That's what we all thought. Going into the second one, you know, Cyber Savants were actually picking up the pace a bit more. They were threatening to Enosis and even held the lead at some point, but towards that second half, the story converted once more, and we got ourselves a a fell swoop into the series point.
Yeah, and a clear step up from the Cyber Savants, but it just ended up not being enough, because when push comes to shove, it was Enios pushing all the way to the end. The T side just wasn't their favorite, but as soon as you go defense, it's a done deal, and here they are, pushing all the way through to the finals. They only have one team to go ahead of them. Unfortunately, no highlights for our lovely Nissel squad because of that forfeit, but I tell you what, I can imagine it being a bloodbath just like that.
Who knows? I guess we're going to see Nisla on top of their move today here in the Grand Finals, and they're going to be showing us why they deserve to be in such a high place over towards the Plausible Gaming Championship. But speaking of, over at the Plausible Gaming Championship, we're a community-based tournament organizers, and in general, that means we love to give back to the community. We are giving away a knife skin, which you can enter through the Claim giveaway, and we're also going to be dropping a couple codes, so keep your ears out, make sure you're listening closely, and while you are on those giveaways, we have a couple of surveys for you to take. Now you're thinking, okay, why do I need to give my information over to these random people I don't know? It's because we are looking for a sponsor that can make your experience better, that can improve our streams and our community as a whole, and if you can take those sponsors, we can pick someone that you will like, and someone that can even benefit you. So again, it's free, it takes a couple of seconds per survey, there's a couple of questions, just give us a bit of your time, and we're going to be making sure to, of course, return that in favor, and at the same time, follow us on Twitter. We're looking for enough followers to get those analytics up, so we can also reach out to these sponsors that you would absolutely love and enjoy, but now a bit more back into the match. Hyperactive, yesterday, the two semifinals we had, it was me and Edu. Now you're coming in, and honestly, we're on the same base here, right? I saw a bit of, I saw the likes of Enosis dominate. We did in the highlights right now, fantastic gameplay. But now we only wonder what Nisla Rakov have to bring to the table. And Hyperactive, I gotta ask you the same question. Before we go into the actual map veto, what maps would you like to see?
Ooh, it's always a bit of a toss, because sometimes you want to see the classic, sometimes you want to see the new, sometimes you want a wild card to come out of nowhere. Of course, a good Inferno. I can't go wrong with Inferno. It is classic. It is the greatest. It reminds me of the Boston Major of 2018 where Cloud9 won against FaZe, and I will live to this day, the 7 times I've watched that game. It is phenomenal. But here's our map picks and bans. That's really going to be the key point here. Much as I would love Inferno, we are seeing Ancient being banned off the back. And no surprise, it is a very technical and smoke-heavy map.
100%. And going follow forward, it will be Enosis taking out Mirage, with the first pick here today being none other than Nisla Rakov's, as they're going to be going off the train, followed by Enosis' own pick, Nuke, which are both very specific maps. They don't necessarily share similarities like the Ancient does to Inferno, how important the midsection can be, and Mirage and Dust being the staple maps of the game. And speaking about staple maps, it will be followed by Dust 2 for Nisla Rakov, and now we only have 2 more to go. I think Inferno's on the list here.
It is definitely on the list, but it will be the decider because we're going to take Overpass. God, we haven't had Overpass for a good while. Woo. And Overpass, if you remember, cast your mind back to early CS2 days. Oh, that was where Fnatic was the most dominant. Olofmeister standing in the flames, Olofmeister sniping way above the map intended. Anything, just call it Olofmeister's playground. I think that's really the easiest way to describe this map is his little playground. But it's a good lineup, and you make a valuable point. You're going from one technical of train where entering these sites are really difficult. You've got very narrow passageways that you have to go through, aka their choke points. And then you go into Nuke, which involves a vertical level and completely different style of gameplay. And then back to default. Go to Dust, back to what you're familiar with, and play from there.
100%. But we are going to be talking about these maps a bit further because we saw the first 2 bans, and the reason I think Ancient was banned is not, well, it is a technical map, I'm going to give it to you. Ancient can be very team-oriented, and if you're not full up on that chemistry, it's not going to fit you too much, but it's also because we saw Enosis on that Ancient yesterday. We saw that, 13-2 scoreline from them. They know the Ancient like the back of their hand, and I don't think Nisla Rakov wanted any piece of that. They just said, we're going to get that out of the board. We saw the VOD, and we saw enough. As for Mirage, I'm assuming that Nisla Rakov don't have the experience that Enosis do, because Enosis are coming from a large background of CS. They are from another team. They got picked up. I can't necessarily recall the name on the top of my head, but, they're established quite well. Now, for Nisla Rakov, again, they're a mysterious face. They're kind of just lurking around trying to see what they can scoop out. And for Train and Nuke being the first 2 maps, right, they're all around the board. They're very unique. Like you said, Train is very tactical, difficult entry. As for Nuke, can have easy entry, but look at the build of it. You have 2 floors, you have the secret entry, you have your self-fence and ramp. Those are the 2 ways to transport between them. So the first 2 maps are going to be quite hectic, and I think it's a really interesting way to start us off as well.
It is a very technical style of map, Nuke, and you know, we talk about how technical it is. If you cast your mind back to 2019, come 2020 as well, the era of Astralis, what map did they like to pick? It was Nuke, and it took teams a while to really get used to it. Of course, now we're talking many, many years later, and Nuke has become one of these, well, it has always been a staple map, that if you want to technically challenge a team and work off, see how well their communication is, how good their strat book is, this is a map where you test somebody. This is a map where you go about to push somebody and to really, really see if you know how to make a good entrance, how to smoke off, how to flash, how to molly, how to basically get onto that site. Because if you are a solid defensive team, which again, being a CT-sided map, getting T rounds on Nuke is so critical. But I feel we're jumping a little bit too far ahead. We've really got to talk about the map that does come first before we go any further.
Yeah, Train. Train is certainly something. Again, I am not too well fed with what Nisla Rakov have to bring to the... We've seen Enosis, like I've said, and that's what also puts in another layer of interest to me, is because all the matches up until the semifinals have been best of ones. There hasn't been that survivability or longevity, quote unquote. And Nisla Rakov also got a forfeit win on their best of three, so they've been only accustomed to these really short matches where it's kind of no second chances. Now they're going into a best of five. This is a big boom of a tournament, and it's all down to this one match that they get to play after a bit of a break. As for Enosis, warmed up and going out to train as well, which I guess can benefit Nisla Rakov, right? They get a map or two to kind of warm into the match to see how Enosis play. It goes both ways, but at the same time, again, I'm just on my tippy toes to see what Nisla are all about.
I am too, because also this is my first time getting to commentate New Train. Remember, we had such a big rework, and if you're a team that has been very focused on the other maps and not really delved into Train, this can trip you up quite badly, because we got new smoke points, you got new entries, you know, you don't have the old bomb site anymore. That's now been all cornered off. Pop Dog isn't the same area like it was before. There's so many changes that you have to be mindful of and how you attack it. Even Catwalk, you can't directly sit by headshot and go all the way through. So those things have got to be in the back of their minds. Of course, I would expect these teams would have absolutely done their homework. It's been months since they worked on it, and that excuse can't be used, but it still trips people up so easily because we're already, with muscle memories already kicked in on the old variation of it.
Yeah, that can tend to be an issue, but hey, maybe they were scrimming, maybe they were practicing, who knows? Again, it's all down to these two teams, and it's also who picks up the ball first, who gets it rolling the finest and the quickest. Again, going into these first three maps, if anyone's able to pick up the first two, they're already at series point. It gets very quickly to a point of danger, but we're not looking for a very quick and swift match. We're looking for longevity. Like we said, this is the grand finals. This is for it all when it comes down to Season 7, and it's already exciting as it is. Now, if you're coming into the stream new, if you weren't here around earlier, again, we do want to mention there's a giveaway, there's surveys you can fill out very quick, help us reach a sponsor that you would like, and also let us know what you think about plausibility. We want to improve, we want to make this as enjoyable of a watch time as it can be for any viewer, and at the same time, you can enter a giveaway for a knife. Hyperactive, do you like knives in CS?
I love knives. I had a it was a black and pink one. I can't remember the name, but I had one knife. Sold it for £200.
Ooh, good investment. I was kind of starting to sweat that you were going to say Blue Gym, and I was just going to, have to come over and rob you. But in general, we are really slowly starting to get into this match. We should have only a couple of more minutes. And before we get into it, just a couple more things. Everyone who's right now watching, share it around, get your friends on the stream. At the same time, give us predictions. Who do you think is going to be here? Because I imagine from some of these teams, some players, there's going to be teams, there's going to be friends, there's going to be families from Nisla Raskov, from the likes of Enosis Esports who are coming around. So, you know, drop your predictions down in the chat. Let's see what you guys think, or rather who you think will be taking the cup today, and also get involved within Plausible Gaming and our non-toxic community. But we're going to keep you waiting no longer, as the match is now ready. We're going into the first pistol. And Hyperactive, obvious question and obvious answer, but are we ready?
I'm ready. Hopefully everyone else is. When the server's ready, we'd love that as well. I think we got too pumped and it absolutely destroyed the server. But hopefully we can quickly get that fixed, get everyone back in. But from the way it started, well, I said it was a lot of these maps are very CT-sided. It's very important to get those early defensive rounds in, especially when you have to flip over to attack, but vice versa. If you are attacking, you want these early rounds because you get the most as a CT. That's what we saw off the bat. We know how beneficial it is because it allows you to force buy into the second round, give you that upper hand advantage. Though I did actually hit, and I want to get your opinion on this. Is it worth force buying into the second round when you win? Because as someone did the numbers on it, it actually makes no difference.
Really? I mean, I guess teams do it more just as a kind of a safe scapegoat, I would imagine. It's just like kind of a safe route to get yourself that round. But honestly, I think teams do it because it's better guns and it's more comfort to work with. But hey, everyone got a bit too hyped up. The servers went down. They're all going to be back in. Pistol's already gone. He's still Rakov playing the first round. And they're already looking to do the second one, as Blazzy's going to be kicking us off with a kill of their own, but quickly return thanks to MUV.
Force buy from Eliska. It's going to help them, but never rule out a Deagle. As 19 able to hit it correctly. It's not even a Deagle. That's a 5-7 doing the job. Oh, wow. They're back in this game. Ethos might be able to steal this round away from this entire game. One to go, but it doesn't happen. What a statement from Anisos. Couldn't finish it off.
Couldn't finish it off. Going towards a good beginning. Ended up going to a 1v1, so a bit of economical damage over towards Nisla Rakov, but 2 rounds, results at its finest. And now they get themselves still good guns, still a bunch of utility to work with, while for Anasis, not so much.
A close round, but all you have to do in this situation is reset. Of course, Nisos playing one more round without any upgraded pistols. They're going to have to take the L this time round. It's a matter of damage. How much can you take away from Naliska? Damage their economy. The answer? They've taken out 3, so they've done a decent job.
Ooh, there it is. Clean finish by Paco. Takes Flea out of the competition, and Nisla Rakov have already claimed 3 rounds. Now it's time for Enosis to strike back finally, and will they be able to fully do it? They've been still keeping Nisla Rakov's economy at bay for most of these gunfights in general. They've been getting them kills. Enosis are quite consistent, with one key aspect here, like you mentioned, Hyper, is the fact that Enosis are on the CT side. They need to get as many rounds as they can.
But vice versa, Naliska will say thank you so much to these easy 3 rounds as Flea gets dropped to the floor. Allow Stir to re-peek into that angle. Buddy, I don't think there's worth a chance going there. Finally, a trade can come through.
Good deal here for Nisla. They've been able to pick it up a bit more, but now they look to charge on towards B. They do so successfully. The entry from Remy here, denied quite quickly. A bit of molly, but it's going to be damage from bullets to set him back for the moment being. Nades out, try to get yourself back in, and it will be done so thanks to 19 as well. Backing you up, as now post-plant. Need to play around that time. No kits to be given over to Enosis Esports, so they need to make some value off of these seconds that are passing on by, but they have no information on both of these players. They're looking to hunt him down, but Nisla Rakov are playing a very safe game. Gonna go ring around the rosy smoke is out. There's the tap as well, but you're back straight to your enemy. Missed shots in return, but a second chance for Barcelo, and able to find the both of the final.
Yeah, I don't get why Anisos stepped off the bomb. I get once the gun shoots, you kind of have to back away, but you could have stuck it. hindsight 2020 is a beautiful thing, and this has left Anisos' economy in the gutter right now. This buy is absolutely horrendous. It's a forced buy to kick things off. Got a 2 MP9 to FAMAS, and then the M41AS with no armor, barely any utility. This is questionable. Very questionable.
Yeah, this is going to be rough. A tactical timeout by Nisla. They saw how close it got, but again, they know the value of these T rounds. They're still going to be looking to keep Enosis at a bit of a bay for as long as they can. As long as they can transfer themselves over to a 7-5 split, 6-6, even a positive towards this first half. I mean, Nisla at this point are already looking golden, but how much better can they get?
I think realistically, they need to stick to the strats that are working. Don't change up what you're doing. I'm sure there's a bag of tricks that Nelisa could come out with, but right now, there's 0 point doing it. You're already dominating the server. You're already kicking things off exactly the way you want to play it. So I wouldn't change. Plus, hopefully the IGL is counting his numbers. He will know after seeing an AWP in play, full rounds of M4s in play, that they are going to be stripped of any money.
Struggling indeed, but still looking to fight on back, although that's quickly going to be put to rest. Norbert able to good enough for 2, but you got to be careful of Revy's position, as mowing down 2 in return is going to be allowing Enosis to be picked up back in EQ on the man count, although a nade denying it. Leverage back for Nisla Rakov as they have side control, but again, the sneaky play from MUV, Ratton in the backside, able to find one off guard. The second one will be coming around as Blasty just waiting for the head tap, claims it, plant in time, eco at its max, and the 5th round for Nisla Rakov.
Blasi, brilliant work. That's a 1v1 engagement you don't want to be going against because you already know their position. However, they too know they just saw you walk over there. So it's a 50-50 engagement, a 50-50 peak that you don't want to fight. It's a shame that MUV just couldn't get the lineup to finish them both off.
Unfortunate indeed, but again, Enosis are struggling because of their own mistakes. Now, how much longer they're going to be persisting on through is completely up to them. But after this tactical timeout from Nisla, I'd hope to see one from the CT side as well, unless they're really relying on the T side to be what carries them through this match, although heavily doubtable, but you never know. Although a swing from Paco here, able to find first contact for the side of Nisla Rakov.
That was beautiful. Poplash getting it in, immediately trading back because this is the first time we've actually seen Enios getting the first frag. Now it's all going downhill as they wrap all the way through CT spawn. A risky move because now you're forcing people to come through connector, but that's got covered. Molly it off, free plant comes in. This looks like it'd be a round done and dusted, and I would not be surprised if Stir and Flea says, you know what, this round's yours.
100%. We do seem to be having a bit of technical difficulties right now. We're towards the server, so we're going to be returning it back to our lovely faces. But again, just from the score alone, we can tell that there is a bit of a struggle from Enosis. Again, with such a dominant performance from yesterday, I wouldn't be expecting this carrying over to the first map, but hey, we can still sugarcoat it. It's only the first map. Let's give them some time to warm up.
As much as I want to agree with you, my levels of standards are too high to say you've got to be going into a map immediately pushing at 110%, no matter what. You've probably been warming up way before. Before even started, you've been in your bot lobbies, you've been shooting heads, popping heads. There's no excuses here. Absolutely none. But again, it does maybe a problem with the map pick. We can see that it was Nelisa who chose Train. So that could also be a variable here that we have to factor in.
100%. Just a bit of a slip up. You know, we're keeping you guys on edge. Showed you a bit of the match, but now we're going to be back for a moment. And yeah, I mean, again, with these teams towards Plausible, it's not tier 1, but of course, Enosis are quite a well-established team. Again, nothing too huge, not a top T2 team, but in general, they still know their ways around it. So I'm just going to be hoping that this is a bad warm-up. I'm just going to be hoping that they need a bit of time to get used over towards Nisla Rakov. Because again, Nisla Rakov didn't necessarily show anything yesterday. There wasn't much of a VOD to review in the first place. And in the end, I mean, we saw Gnosis. They dominated. They showed all they had through both of the matches. And even though Inferno was a bit more rough, they still had to put some of that team strategy to work. So, hey, maybe they didn't use up all their lucky charm yesterday and just waiting for that ace up their sleeve to be revealed later on. But that's what we love about best of fives. Again, we give them some second chances, but these rough rounds at a very early stage on the CT side, there is no going around it.
No, and it does mentally screw you over. You know, you can take this type of mentality in any form of games that you come in, you're being wiped. You can see 6-0 physically on the board. It does get to you, you know, as someone who has competed in the past, and especially on teams that have been wiped. You know, I'm not the best player, I'm not the best coach either, but seeing those numbers does really strike a nerve. And the good and the great will deal with it in two different ways. The good will look at it and go, yeah, okay, it's not going well, we'll keep going, maybe we'll get the next map, maybe we'll do it on the next series. While the greats will turn around and go, you know what? We're going to get it on the next round. We're going to get that next round in our favor. We're going to use that as the motivation to keep on fighting. And that's the different mentality you got to think, round by round. And at the moment, it doesn't feel like a round by round mentality. There is some plays and there are some skills. It's just not coming together. Yet.
Hey, we're going to give it a moment, you know. We're going to give Gnosis just a moment here. We are having some technical timeouts and, you know, of course, tactical timeouts as well in the meanwhile, so they can talk it through, you know. They can get to their coach, they can say, hey, what's been going wrong, and get it resorted. Of course, right now, we're going to be going right back to the match, so just not to keep you waiting for too long, we're going back into it. A 0-7 for Isla Rakov. You didn't miss too much, don't worry about it. There's still 4 maps after this, but Train, still a couple of rounds to go.
A rush push has to go in, maybe try and spice things up. Why don't you? Because it's going across the feed down to MUV. I feel this is a similar scenario time and time again. There's 2, there's 3! Oh, that was a clutch! How do you recover in a 1v3 MUV? It's a 4th time a charm. It finally works.
It's a moment. But not all heroes wear capes. MUV rather just wears an AK and dominates the enemy team because that was a spray down if we've ever seen it. Isla Rakov didn't expect such. A player out from the back lines able to shut down an entire push. What a transfer flick of the wrist. And that's going to be 1. But we need a couple more, I know, sis.
I need 5 minutes to recover just from a spray transfer. 19 able to get 2 for himself. A little bit of backup as well, as his teammates there, prepped and ready. And this is what I'm saying. It takes 1 round to shift the momentum, to turn things in the right direction, and that's an unfortunate situation as Blazy gets caught, shot in the back. Nisla, they haven't made any progression.
Nope. None has been made. But where's going to be the breakthrough, right? So much of this eco build, so many rounds given, but for what? For a Gnosis to mow you down and pick it up for themselves? Maybe it's a bit late, but never too late. That's what they say. And specifically not right now when you've barely passed this first half of the first half. Flea takes out Norbert, a good op-pop from the left to ensure at least 1 kill comes on through. But with that, you reveal yourself, the finish is there, and a Gnosis also get themselves an op.
That's much more handier to have an AWP on the CT side. If you're quite new to Counter-Strike, the AWP is probably the most powerful weapon in the game. It is the 2nd most expensive weapon in its economy, and it does 1-hit kill, assuming you don't hit arm and leg. So that's why the importance of it. But I don't get why Nisla was going to risk bringing an AWP to this fight. There's no need for an AWP, especially on Train, on the attacking side. Defensive side, on your CT, absolutely. You've got to have it. You can situate that inside of connector. You could have it if you want to be aggressive over at A3. Maybe you put yourself on the edge of connector by red to look down towards B ramp and upper B. But realistically, on attacking side, the angles of Train is just too harsh to deal with.
Yeah, 100%. And Gnosis have slowly started catching up to the performance, and Isla Rakov have been displaying up until now, but it's still going to take a couple. We have 3 more rounds going into this first half after the timeout that is. And while issues are getting resolved, we're taking a look at Nisla Rakov's current buy, and Hyperactive, I'm shivering in my timbers. I'm seeing the Tech 9 army.
It's the Tech 9, you know, if you can use a Tech 9, you're pretty goated. I'm more of a Deagle guy, you know, put it in my hands, maybe Juan comes out to play and has some fun, but it goes to show the emphasis on the economy right now. You got a 2-point loss bonus now on Nilissa, and in doing so, you're now going up against a full buy on Enios. I personally wouldn't have upgraded the pistols. I would have stayed at your cheap Glocks, take the L. Even potentially, one thing you can do, and it's a bit scummy, molly yourself out, throw the round. Get yourself the money you need, come back with a stronger fight. Don't feed Enios free money.
But there's always that one low chance, is the one gamble you could take. Rush in with the Tech 9s, put some investment in, and hope you get the round. But we're talking low chances, very slim. That's Nisla Rakov. It doesn't happen oftenly, but hey, I think they're still going to be willing to give it a try. They want to see if they can pull it off. You get yourself a smoke, a plant, and you're good to go. But Enosis clearly overpacked and just... I mean, there's not much of a comparison when it comes down to the guns between these two. Although, again, we have to consider that this, even though it's right now going quite badly for Enosis, very badly for Enosis, and even though a better end could come out of it, this is going to be Nisla Rakov's pick. So, trade definitely is going to be their comfort zone. It shows it through as well. But Enosis, their fight back has yet to come on full through. They need these following 3 rounds. Otherwise, Nisla Rakov could even reach double digits.
Yeah, and you also got to point out as well. Look, when you're talking about economy, Nisla are in a great position. They can lose this round. It doesn't matter. They haven't brought anything. They're not losing anything of value. So they will walk into the next round and go, okay, cool. Now I can buy into it. But Enios, yes, their economy is somewhat so similar, but they've lost value. They don't have that economic advantage to play against them. However, if they win, they now would have essentially 2 rounds where they could buy up and fight against Nisla, while Nisla, if they won, they'd go head to head, where essentially loser in the next round would have to go and back to stage 1 all over again. So the economic problem that we have for Nisla is less stress for them, but they don't want to encourage Enios in their situation.
100%. We're looking at the round tally, and it's all red up until the prior 2, but we'll be returning to a technical timeout. So in the meanwhile, we can talk a bit about more Plausible Gaming. For anyone that's tuning in just now or wasn't here earlier when I mentioned it, we're hosting a bit of a giveaway for a lovely knife skin, so enter on in. And if you want to get yourself the most amount of points in that giveaway, it is through filling out 30 to 60 second surveys, a couple of questions per each, and it is all to help us improve these streams, improve the community built tournaments, even make larger prize pools, and of course bring in better teams. But firstly, there's another thing that you can do to get yourself more points in these giveaways. It will be secret codes. We're going to be passing them on through. They were there yesterday. They're going to be here today. So keep your ear out, keep your eyes out, and of course, enter them into the giveaway. We're going to be quickly getting the codes in underway, and it will be... You keeping your ears out? You're getting ready? It will be Entryman. ENTRYMAN. That is your code. This is going to be for extra points on the giveaway. And, of course, make sure to enter it and give us those surveys. We just want to improve your watch time experience.
Yeah, definitely get involved with that. Entryman, again, is your code. No space, all caps. Make sure you get it in. But finally... we're on our way, we're getting back into the game, and it's Nisla going B. I can't rhyme that bit, I'm sorry, I tried my best.
Try your best. Hey, maybe one day you'll be Shakespeare, maybe not. But right now, we're talking about the smoothness of Flea and Remy. The duality of the two, putting the majority of Nisla Rakov down to their grave, walking into the fire, burnt into it, as Enosis will return into the ashes. Just like that, dust to dust, 37, and, well, starting to get better, but now Nisla Rakov can buy into this round a bit more.
Yeah, they could definitely say yes to the extra moolah in this scenario. I told you before how important the Eneos needs to win to essentially give themselves another 2-3 rounds. Nisla, they know they're going to have to fight a fully prepped and armed team, and it's exactly the situation they find themselves in. But Nisla, again, playing rush. It's not worked once, it's not going to work again. It's already 2-3 of them will fall to the floor. And it almost feels like they're not controlling this tempo. As an attacker, you should be in control. Don't let the CTs have space or even the aggression.
On in, that's going to be MUV waiting for you to step into his line of sight. Norbert able to secure a kill back, but now you have to work against them. Looking to bait them out. Does so one successfully. Great shot out right between the eyes, but Remy's waiting for you to peek, and just waiting can pay off at times. Enosis will get themselves a 4-7, and of course right now, while we're still on a bit of a pause, waiting for the match to get back in, survey has been posted in chat. Fill it out, make sure that we can get the sponsors you want, and of course, you also get more points in the giveaway, so there's no reason not to do it.
Yeah, a little quick survey. Are you tall? Yes. Do you have good aim? Hell no, you need a new mouse. That's actually what it's about, but hey, the Mac 10 is doing what it does best. It sprays, it prays, and it captures one, but even with a little bit of a disadvantage, it's not phasing Nisla, as picked up weapons will massively help them in their crusade.
3 on each. Looking to make the best of what they are given. Utility low on both, but a bit tipped towards Enosis. Remy still packs quite a lot, but Nisla Rakov are creeping, crawling right around the map, trying to find a good entry onto either site or behind the enemy's backlines for a potential kill. Again, leverage of the man count will matter most, but Enosis with an op, and it's not looking in the right direction, as Snow is going to be able to freeze and stall. Enosis in their moment with only Flea and Remy now to make up for it.
Flea's got to take this position carefully. He knows if he makes that rotation, he is leaving Remy out on his own. But both of them are slowly pushing forward. Both of them are aware that something's going down on B, but there's still this mass hesitation. Yes, one kill's come in, but is the whole team here? Now the bomb gets planted, that's a clear indication, and a 1v1 will say thank you very much. Snow wins that. He will get the return, but it won't come through. Snow says thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and goodbye. Enosis, real good. 4 rounds, able to find a couple. Better than that 0 they were rocking within the first 5. But again, it seems that Nisla Rakov are just a dominating force. Just in general, they've been doing so well. Even in this last one, they made sure that their economy, that their piggy bank was filled up just enough so they could secure themselves around at the bare minimum and work off of the mistakes that Enosis passed to them.
How about this? Let's switch sides. Let's see if that margin has massively helped. And, just when we got excited, server kicks us out. Sadly, this is going to be over towards Face It. We can't help it. Just in general, it's going to be a small little bug. We're going to get it solved in just a moment. We're going to get into the match. You're not going to miss too much action, and neither are we. But again, it's off to the pistol. It's not like it matters, right? The thing is, what we need to see is the round after the pistol. It's because, whoever wins the pistol, then they get the economy. Normally, they win their round, and then we have both teams on quite like those tier 1 guns, right? That's when it really gets hype. I am glad you backed up the second part, because when you said the pistol round doesn't matter, I was about to scream at you, go, yes, it does matter! But no, you backed yourself up. Of course, in terms of the economy, it doesn't necessarily, well, it does matter, but not necessarily the gunfighters. I'm twisting myself. It does matter. That's all I'm going to say. As still, CSGO, come on. Valve, please fix. We love your game, but please fix this observer bug that you're having right now.
Sadly, let's face it. What can we do? Hey, we can't do much. We're just going to have to accept it for the moment being. And in the meanwhile, we can talk about you joining the Plausible Gaming community. Now, Toxic, you can get yourself some buds and join along to compete in some of these events, and maybe you even get to cast you someday. Hey, make your name be known. Because also, it's a little fun fact, you know, there's always people in the higher tier, the higher competitive scene looking out for players, so maybe you get yourself involved in that. But no promises from my side. We're just looking to make it entertaining. And in general, I hope this has been entertaining for you. We still have a couple more maps to go. But before we get to those, again, follow us on Twitter. Do not forget about that. Share the word. We're looking to get 1,000 followers, and we can only do that with the help of you. Also enter the giveaway if we haven't mentioned yet, or you haven't been here by that time. And Hyperactive, I gotta ask you about this matchup, right? We're going into this with quite a rough beginning from Enosis. Do you think they can come back?
It's one of those 50-50s because theoretically, yes, there's always a scenario where you can come back, but the problem is now you've got a team that's already ahead with a massive lead, and they've done that while attacking. That's my problem here, is that when you have that buffer, you're now going into CT with that advantage. You're gonna able to hold ground, that your opponent's pushing corners. Enios is gonna have to essentially come up with the most fantastic smokes, nades, everything, just to break through the lines, and then force Nisla to move. And that's essentially what you've got to be doing on the attacking side, forcing your opponent to move so they walk into your shots and sight lines. But I feel from the way we've seen Nisla and how they played at the very start and how they still push Enios to the bittersweet end, in terms of map control, it's not going to be all too easy.
No, it certainly will not be too easy. And Osis are going to need to work themselves to the bone for this one, but hey, they're the team that we know going into this as the quote-unquote, I wouldn't say overdogs, because we didn't have much information about Nisla Rakov in the first place, but you know, it's kind of the famous and prized individuals who we got to witness dominate yesterday, and we got the unknowns, Nisla Rakov on the other hand, who came in and, well, they cut us off by surprise, that's for sure. I was going into this matchup thinking, what the hell are Nisla Rakov hiding? What was that forfeit about? Well, they're clearly a dominant force, and they're very scary, let me tell you that. We've seen it from the first map, but again, I'm looking for Nuke to be completely different, because we see it on Plausible all the time. The first map ends up being dominance, and then it gets a bit more evened out as the matches go on, so I'm expecting more action to get picked up as time goes on, and for a grand final, honestly, I think it fits.
Yeah, 100% would fit, you know, slow start and eventually comes back together. But let's be real, the start hasn't been slow. These have been very quick executes. They've been, right, the execute's gone out, gotta push in, gotta go. What I'm not seeing, though, is a slowed down pace of gameplay. No one is taking control of tempo, and that's something I talk about a lot in a lot of games. But bear with me while I explain it, because you can attack around, go really quick, really fast, which is what we've been seeing these teams do. Punching, not stopping. It's straight in. It's almost like they've got a bedtime, the curfew. Dad's saying you've got to be going to bed at particularly 9 o'clock, and we're getting all too close. You don't want to be playing like that. You actually want to be able to slow down, take a step back, allow the clock to run down, use some utility to force some rotations to come through. Because at that point, when you're starting to dictate and control the tempo, that's when you can start winning more games. At the moment, Nisla is the closest team to be able to do it, and they have controlled and dictated Enios much more. But when Enios realized they were essentially been lassoed and controlled of, they eventually stepped up and they started to take control for themselves.
Yeah, 100%. But right now, we're not going to keep you on the scene for too long. We're going to take it to a short break so we can get everything resolved and back in and ready. So stay tuned. The action's about to be back after this short break.
stuff, but mostly I'm just in the lab getting work done. Cause the bills on the first, they still worth some. I never forget being broke, man, it hurts, son. But not as bad as not having any purpose. I took stabs, this and that, and it's working. But I still grind every day for that thirst. It's a curse being first, yeah, still gotta get my work done. Yeah, I'ma be a high roller, move forward in the battle like soldier. In the game like closer, I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motive. I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters. You could call me POTUS, I got all the voters. Yeah, let's go. New year, new me, turn it up a new degree. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I see. Work hard every day, work hard, then we play. I'll be doing everything in my own damn way. Ain't nobody tell me shit, I'm on top of it. Writing hits that make other people feel like writing hits. We gon' get every little goal that we wanna get. Never quit, we don't even know what it means to quit. Write it down, what you want, what you need.
Hey, we said it was going to be a short break. We're no liars, and with it, we can get right back into the match. We're not going to keep you waiting for it any longer, as right now, we still have Train, we still have Enosis versus none other than Isla Rakov. It is 10 tweeted, hyperactive. What happened?
That lead crumbled down. It is now closer than ever, and if you're Enios, there's a hope, there's a dream, and especially when you have the weapon advantage to back you up, but don't rule out a force buy. Don't get over cocky and don't over press, which I can tell you now, there is a very, very aggressive front from Nisla Rakov.
Oh yeah, it is. With pistols and MP9s. To be completely fair from them, I guess close range is best where these pistols tend to work at, especially SMGs, but swinging out the Molly finds you. It's going to push you back for the moment being. Enosis, although, however, still looking to confront them on B. Just missing out on one of these players, but look at Blasi able to find the head of STR, although that's where it will be stopping and put to a halt, waiting for the backlines right through the smoke. The shot will miss its target, and Snow for a second chance taken out by MUV, ready to finish the job. And it seems like Enosis are now only one round away.
3 to go. 3 to go for Nessela. It's getting too intense. Sorry, this is blown my mind. Even I've forgotten how to speak right now. Now we're back at full pace. CT's got the weaponry they need. An AWP in play as well, which is probably going to be Protector. No surprise. Beautiful shot from 19. That opens things up.
Oh, Blasi. Barto, finally a casualty of 3 to return to. Maybe not the best for Nisla Rakov here, but Enosis are still keeping themselves within a good bound. And 19 even from yesterday has been the dedicated opper. And quite deadly while at it. Smokes are out trying to push Nisla Rakov into a position, or rather, just the other way around. They're getting pushed into Norbert. Was able to find the one. Not good enough for the second, though. Flea takes him out on the spot with a molly towards the A site. Now B has been given, and the plant should be down in any moment.
It's going down 2v2. Makes it a doable retake if you are Nessela. They're going to say thank you, Paco. Open things up really well. What a flick from Bartul. Danke, Shan, She, however you want to say thank you. Easy round, and Nessela finally back on the board and building that economy.
Building it. Nisla, this is a good place to start off with it, but you're already so far ahead that you now only need 2 rounds to give Enosis to pass him the first L of the matchup here today. Although the climb has definitely been graceful. Enosis, it seems like the stopping point has been given here. No more of that flawless performance. And now you're 2 rounds behind while you give off 2 of those. And Nisla will find regulation.
I could critique a few of those shots. Hold up. Through the smoke. I was about to say you could critique the shots, but no, the main order taken away. And it's a masterclass of how to stop a force coming towards you. Enios down to 2. Star and Flea left alive. They've clutched before. They will have to clutch again. A 2v5. It is doable.
Doable. Like we talked about it. As much as those technicalities can get involved, STR and Flea are now working between each other. And well, only one remains. One of the brethren now gone. Flea in a 1v5 gonna need to flawless this through himself and get an ace, or Nisla Rakov will hold match point under their belt. Now Gnosis, all their burdens lying on the shoulders of Flea. As long as we got towards A, you're a bit mudded, you're a bit capped. You don't know how to respond to it. A bit of damage one way and the other, as Bartol will be the first to fall, but unless you're able to repeat that 4 more times, it's gonna be a difficult battle.
You might as well go for the fights. Planting at this point is just going to be the death of you. A pop flash goes in, gives position away, but Flea still remains hidden. He's probably got some information. Footsteps come from it. There's one. Can't get the second. Paco says thank you very much. Nisla Rakov. Match point.
Match point. As mentioned. And now a bit of a moment to see these replays. I mean, Gnosis have been on such a good lead, but the shots like these just simply can't be given up. You enter into sight, but you don't precautionarily check your angles. Your nooks and crannies go exposed. And Nisla Rakov have been kind of punishing you off of those for the entirety of the match. That's where Gnosis have been struggling most. And now this timeout from Nisla, they know what they must do. One of the following 3 rounds is theirs, and we're going over to map 2.
And Enios will have to force by every single time for a chance to bring it to overtime. A chance to force our first map of Train out of the 5, as you can see on your screen. It's not easy. They have a little bit of money in the bank where they can still buy half-decent weapons if we have to go another round. But the big question is if. Can we go the distance? Because Nisla, they could lose this round, take a save round, and then come back into it, making it a 13-11 scoreline. But of course, they never want to go there. They've got the weaponry now. They've got the AWP, they've got the AK, they've got M4s in their pockets, and they full buy on top of it. Why would you throw that way?
Apologies for this. It seems we've stumbled across another bug right now, so we're going to take a short moment just to solve that. But yeah, I mean, right now, Gnosis, they're fighting for survival, while on the other hand, Isla clearly had an advantage. They have been since the very beginning, but I'm still quite shocked how we ended up coming back to a 10-8. That was a complete turnover. Normally, we'd expect the CT side to have an easier job, but damn, the T side has really been dealing its damage.
There's been if you look at like the patch notes in the past, there has been little buffs to the weaponry on the T side, so no surprise on that. Of course, it's also map knowledge, how familiar you are, how you can push these angles, and this is the beauty with Train. Though it's slightly CT-sided, if you can get your T attacks correct, the opening onto this A site is huge. If you can force a good deep smoke onto B, you can push yourself B, which is where this is going. Flea will get first, and that's an opening pick, which will massively grant an opportunity for a plant.
Massive here, and Gnosis have been eating this, and it's only Blasey standing. If you're able to find his corpse as well, imagine the value of the op there, but the plant is going down. Does Blasey shoot his shot? Not able to deny it, just looking for any head to take off of a player, but no one's willing to jump into his crosshair just yet. Has a bit of a line of sight onto one almost, wasn't patient enough, pulls out the knife, tries to play it in around Pigeon. Go for the save game, reserve the op for the following round, as it might just save a couple of those kills.
Yeah, and you've got to think about the economy as well. Nisla doesn't have it. I pointed out that losing this round, they can afford to do essentially an eco, build up some more value, build up more money, allow Enios to get to round 11, and then play from there.
Terrorists win.
Boom goes the dynamite. 12-10. Gnosis starting to look more plausible by the second once more. We've seen them at this distance of rounds between the two when we came back from that pause. And now, We're at it once more, but the difference is Nisla Rakov, they need one more round, and if they're able to miraculously acquire it with this full buy that they're, well, quote-unquote full buy. We see Snow on the MP9, but you never know with Snow, right? We've seen him pull off miraculous plays in the past, but we gotta give credit to the right players, such as Blasi, who has been on a 24 kill streak.
A force buy from Nisla. I'm a bit surprised here. Because that buy looks shocking. They're able to get armor, but Snow is having to pull out an MP9. This is not right. I don't think this is the right call, and Nisla might have just potentially thrown an opportunity here, but it's too early to tell. And as the game slows down, this is tempo control.
Slow, steady, timid, but not trying to alert the enemies. Although it seems the enemies have alerted you. And Osis' entry here could be inevitable. It's Flea opening up with a kill, and a second one as well. It seems like Nisla Rakov are slowly starting to be put to dust one after another, but it's the fight back from Bartolo to keep them within a reasonable amount of players between the two. Although the pick up of the pace needs to be imminent. Or Nisla, yeah, I was going to say, a 4v save. It's the smart move, I can't even blame him.
We're seeing a lot of this in Counter-Strike at the moment, is a lot of teams opting to save, which is why you can see Enios playing aggressive. They've got the money, why not try and flush them out? Why not get some easy picking kills? But Blizzy able to pick off one, can't get the second. Play aggressive, play for your lives, and pick up what you can.
Oh, we get one kill for a trade of 3. Nisla Rakov have been fed instead of Enosis being able to deal the damage. But hey, like you said, it's trying to play it smart, right? But I think Enosis in that end state should have played a bit more together. You have 4 players, just crunch into the final couple because they're clearly outnumbered. They have an op, which is going to be not able to support as much of an AK, but hey, and also are now only 1 round away, and this is the most important round for both of these teams in this entire matchup.
An aggressive push from Enios. Go aggressive, get your positioning forward. They've been able to sneak all the way to Pop Dog as well, which might help them indeed, but Bartolu says no, denies MUV, who clutched up a 1v3. But all this action has drawn reinforcements over to the A site where the real push was all coming to be.
Oh, last one to hold it as of the moment. Only a bit of tick damage, but that's not going to be more than a slap on the wrist. Currently, Nisla Rakov backed up, but same goes for Enosis as they're all crunched into this one backline of the site. And being held by Nisla Rakov's current approach is going to be Snow, able to pick off STR and gain leverage back on the man count. But now the CT side needs to start thinking about the time. They only have 1 kit, and Blasi needs to be kept alive. Speaking of which, he's going to be taking first initiation and being the charge, the spearhead of the push. Why would you do it so alone? As the rest of the team is following in similar footsteps, the defuse is coming through. You do not have the defuse, and it's Flea bringing us into overtime on map number 1.
All right, you want drama for a grand final? We got drama for a grand final. OT to start things off. That is a way to go. OT rule set state that you will have the maximum amount of economy to start things off, which means that you could immediately force buy, full buy off the get-go, and then slowly you continue the game as normal. The usual bonuses come in, and you just go from there. Looks like another spectator bug kicking in.
There we go. We're gonna not show our faces right now. Apparently for the production, we're not as pretty as you thought. You know, we're sorry. No, but all jokes aside, right now we're gonna instantly get back into the match. It's overtime. Hyperactive. It's already being quite active to put your name as a partner of the game, but right now we gotta be focused a bit more on Nisla Rakov, who have already found such dominion over both sides with kills in general, but leaving 19 as the last to stand. A rough beginning for Enosis once more.
It's a definite hard situation to be in. AWP versus 3. This is a hard swing. An AK will do the job a lot quicker and more efficiently. More opportunity to shoot some shots, and a missed shot will do the job. A defuse, Nisla Rakov. Say thank you very much. Round 1 to them. They only need 3 to advance.
Only need 3. That's the lot of the game. But Enosis, they're still able to acquire a couple of guns. More than a couple. They're able to back themselves up fully. But again, Nisla Rakov, now they're going to be starting on the CT side. A bit different than how the first half of this matchup begin within regulation, as overtime swaps the sides, meaning Nisla Rakov yet again get to keep the pace and they get to control it as well.
I like to correct myself. It's only 4 rounds to advance. Both sides can get 3 and extend this to go further, but Blazy says thank you very much. Easy pickings, we don't mind those indeed, but if you're Bartaloo, a slow, sneaky push through Pop Dog might be able to find a few players who may not be looking in the right direction, and that's one easy picking. A little bit of trigger discipline might have found him more, but now Enios knows they've got to push forward.
And it's either that or break. Do or die. Pushing through the fire and the flames. Bartaloo just able to find a couple of those shots, enough to finish the job, but you gotta be careful. Where's the communication? Flea doesn't have a clue about the player's whereabouts. Is now sneaking behind you and outnumbered against 3. Finds one headshot, but the reload needs to come through, and you're being hunted down. Blaz is able to find the final. And with Snow still alive, goes for the instant defuse. Second round for Nisla. Looking dangerous.
2 more to go. Nisla just needs 2 more rounds. Of course, the economy dropping very, very low. Enios have played this well. They have good money to play with. So they can still fight full on in this OT. So hats off for them. They've made some sacrifices on the second round, but now it's do or die. They need to go in with a shot on the board, of which already the shots are going against them.
Against them, it also seems to be struggling, but it's going to be Flea's efforts put not into waste. Able to put him back on even grounds. Blasi return and leverage once more as the lead is picked up for Nisla Rakov on the man count, but hope is not yet given up by Enosis Esports, although they have to play this extremely cautiously. The 2 final, do they have the bomb? Yes, Flea carrier. And now 3 players on Nisla Rakov, advancing forward, just being a bit cheeky in the moment, trying to catch any of the Enosis players off guard. Which, speaking of who, they might be traversing over towards this B side, or even through Pigeon, able to find one. Nice little stack up here, and Flea finishes the job on Blasi.
Yeah, it's going to give away the location. Ivy push is the call. Now you can create this pinch maneuver. You can already see Barloot and Norbert, before the screen went, go in for that pinch position, which would make it harder for Enios to get through. Whether they get through, we've got a load of question marks here, is going to be the question.
Oh, 1v1 here. We apologize for the current difficulties. We are going to be having it returned to us for once more. But right now, you still see the score. It's 14-12. Maybe we can just get back in time to see this 1v1. It's Flea. It's Bartolo. We're still in it. But the post plan has been initiated. And it seems like Enosis here are going in for it. A spray down, and Flea's just able to walk through the smoke and finish the job. Maybe 2 rounds were given to Enosis, or rather, 1 round was given to Enosis, but Nisla, they still fight back. No, it's Nisla 2 rounds and Enosis 1. There we go. Thank you.
A comeback, an opportunity, the sides get flipped, and somebody tell me why that chicken is wanted. Give me a reason. Why are they wanted?
They tried to cross the street. I'm sorry. Can't do that. Try to jaywalk. Rough days.
What? Rough days indeed. Jesus. Anyways, switch the sides. Nisla need 2 rounds to complete this OT. That's one way to start things off. Take out Star. And put a little bit of damage in.
A bit. Bunch of ours. 1 by 1. And 19. Returning the favor just in similar fashion. Taking out Snow. There's still 4 on each team, just to get ourselves some equality between the 2 teams. Although Nisla Rakov, again, very paced. Not necessarily feeling the rush or the need. But if you step into their line of sight, you're going to be punished for once, for twice. Blasi's able to find both, and that's going to be an entry onto a, supposedly, yes, it seems so. Gnosis only have 2 to offer up, and again, it's going to be between leverage to be kept for 2 rounds, or MBV to still fight back against him for the second as well. A double kill once more to keep Gnosis within bounds, but now he relies on 19, and his op skills. The shot is there right onto Norbert, and only 1 contender remains. It will be Paco, sitting idly by, waiting for the time to go around. It does seem like we're going to be having another issue, so we'll try to get it resolved in a second to load back into the match this instant. But again, a lot on the line. It's going to be match point into the overtime for Nisla Rakov, or Gnosis equalize out the score, but 1v1, where does it go? We're still alive, we're still here, and it's transferred over to B.
Good rotation. Niskala could have gone and pushed forward. They could have gone aggressive. We're trying to get the screen back so we know what's happening. Unfortunately, this bug that is happening with GoTV is not helping us at all, but it's down to 1 shot, 1 missed opportunity! Niskala, they are 1 round away to take map 1 on train. It's their pick. They can't lose out on their own pick.
What a bait and switch. Paco for the win, goes in, dodges and weaves out of the bullets of the op. And the second the shot has been taken out of the chamber, he's able to swing back, secure Nisla Rakov match point, and only 1 more round. And Oses, what will it be? Will it be aggression? Certainly so. Does it go your way right now? Yes, because you've claimed 3 in favor for 1, and Nisla Rakov yet again now starting to rely on hero plays.
Too much aggression. Got a little too cocky. You're down 2. You still have 2 power weapons, but again, I don't favor an AWP in an attacking situation. When it comes post-plant, though, it will be nice. It will be good to play with, but you've got to get that bomb down in the first place, and that's the challenge in itself. Because right now, Paco, he's got to take out Remy. He's going to play himself in Ivy with 0 support.
0. Nada. They're spread thin throughout the map. 1 on each side. I guess it's the rotation cutoff they're looking for, but look at Gnosis. They realize the threat that this round carries. They don't want to be peeking into any plausible danger that could potentially end the match a bit too early than expected. But look at Paco's single tap onto Flea. Thankfully, Remy's able to shut him down for the likes of Gnosis, as the bomb has also been dropped and spiking up to Blasi. The last one to stand. Can we deliver the stinging experience over towards Gnosis for 3 players? Again, op isn't the gun you want to be dealt with in this final matchup. No clue about the whereabouts of these players. It seems like you've spotted 19, but you reveal yourself with that shot. And look at the cautiousness from Remy, trying to play for the save game. 10 more seconds, you have to play around time. The final 2 are going to slowly start closing in. Maybe you pick up that AK. You can go for that fake as much as you want. You're going to stick it on through, but you're surrounded from the back, from the front. And Gnosis will keep themselves surviving.
1 more round for Eneos once again. Force an OT number 2. Of course, it is a big question. What do you do in these scenarios? Do you go and push aggressively? Get it all done and dusted because you know roughly where it's happening with. You take it slowly. Right now, I'm nervous. Nisala keeps coming out the guns. They can't keep coming fast and getting these wins, and then it just goes downhill so quickly.
And Gnosis have been shadowing in the score of Nisla Rakov for so long. They've been constantly trying to catch up to their score, and they've done it once before just to deny that match point. Victory for regulation. They're looking to bring it to the second overtime. And already off to a good path considering only 1 more round is needed, but it goes both ways. A good 1-for-1 deal with the entry onto Rush. The rush here from Nisla Rakov will go both ways. 2 kills for each. Currently, it seems ground has been given, although not backside fully. The Bartolu's efforts will keep them at bay. Now in a 1v1, look at the HP Bartolu is working with 19. A single bullet is going to be more than enough to finish the job. But MUV has no clue, no information detail about the standing. As it seems Bartolu is just going to nicely rotate towards B for now. Or maybe stay.
Finish it off here. Or 1 more round. That is the mindset from both sides. As MUV, he's clutched in these situations before. He knows the intensity and the pressure that is mounting on him as we speak. But Bartolu, 30 and 20. Doing a much better job in game. At some point, he's got to find his way onto site. He knows he's walking into a sight line. His patience is hoping that MUV had rotated to B, but it's not happened. The sound of the bomb's gone down, and MUV's heard it. And he's been caught out live outside, and we're going to overtime number 2.
Oh, that is heartbreaking, Bartolu. The position of the plant as well. Didn't try to go for the default. Well, I guess it was a bit more out in the open, but there was definitely more safe spots he could have stuck with. But that means Enosis will get themselves another second chance. Overtime number 2. And for the first map, wow, this is definitely going the long way of it. Seems like Train's already building up the hype. I just imagine if Nuke, Dust, Overpass, and Inferno will be there to live up for it. Of course they will. Of course they will, because it's the grand final of this first one. Truly showing the rivalry we all wanted.
This is the way you want it to play. This should be interesting indeed. There's already a quick execute, a quick push in. Will find Nessela getting that early pick. Remy drops to the floor. Doing so, a quick swing, and Stir says thank you indeed. He doesn't mind 3 easy kills, but Bomb going to be.
Bomb going to be the rest of the players to follow in its footsteps. So Rakov, most of their investment in it. Look at the positioning from Enosis. They're also more than ready for it. That's going to be 1 second as well. It seems Catwalk has been diminished as the final 2 round train and 19 to mow them down. Entry and contact, the Enosis are able to claim them all, as for one of the rare times they are able to find. Is this the first time they hold the ground over Nisla Rakov score-wise?
Yes, this is the first time they've actually taken the lead. And they're doing it overtime too. What a way to kick things off, and what a way to keep the pressure on. I'm pumped. If this is the action we're going to get through the rest of the series, taking account this is map 1, I'm down for it. Absolutely down for it, but a little bit of preset and the pre-anticipation. That's super aggressive from Enios.
But it worked out, and Blasi, after like 20 shots were fired in his bum, it seems that it wasn't enough to give him a warning, a head start of where those bullets are coming from. And just like that, Enosis are not enough. They don't feel fed with that 1 round lead. They need a deficit above Nisla Rakov for at least 2, maybe 3. Just get the match point already. That's kind of the lead they're going to be heading towards. And Nisla Rakov, 3 players towards A, nicely spread. But again, not able to find a single until Bartolu and Snow step up to the task and equalize out the man count.
Good shot.
What?
Get it done and dusted. Goodbye. They've got map control though. But again, how many times have we seen clutches come through down to MUV? Left alive. He's clutched once, he's got to do it again. Able to find one that's taken away. But it won't be enough. A return to make it even.
A return to make... Oh, wow. Now it's going to be either someone claims this match point and then we get another overtime, or we finally get a finish. But is that what we want? We've seen so much of these 2 teams, and the involvement from them both has been so major up until now. I'm only starting to wonder, Hyper, have they been getting exhausted? Because this is only map 1. They still have 4 more to go.
If they're getting exhausted this early on, that's not good. You can't be getting tired at the start of the game. Let's be real, this is still the start. This is Barloot. Beautiful snipe, getting the first one down. Now they have to work out, how do you enter this site? How do you enter A with conviction?
With diminishing shots. Oh my goodness, and Oz's are being taken Strays lamps for the slaughter. Remy finally to shut down the Harbinger of Death. Bartolo has been put to rest, but now Enosis, even though they've claimed a couple more still stand. Goes both ways. Nisa Rakov on even standard, but you're peeking out into an op, and you're sure it's going to end up badly. In a 1v2, and 19 there for the finish of the job. 2 ops, as a matter of fact, just to correct myself quickly. And right now, while we're quickly going to a break, again, everyone that's watching, I want to quickly remind you that there's a giveaway for a skin for the knife in CS. Get yourself involved. There's going to be surveys you can fill out to get more points or higher chances inside that giveaway. That will also help us decide what sponsor you want to make these streams better, to enlarge the prize pools of these matches and get more teams involved. So of course, please and thank you for anyone that tends to go for those surveys, and you also get yourself entered in a giveaway for a knife that's completely free if you win it. So get yourself in.
Let's go second half of OT2. Xenios have that little advantage. Only by 1 point, and taking control of this tempo. Hot dog push comes in. Power 1 and 2. With damage taken away, but the ult get a little aggressive. You don't want to be in the sight line of that, because I can tell you it hurts for sure.
Oh yeah. Seems like it definitely can lead to a bit of casualties here, but Enosis, they hold the leverage. And what will make them keep it? Well, certainly not going in alone and dying out like that, Flea. Mistake here that leaves 2 of your players now to make up for your own mistakes, and Remy doing a hell of a good job while at it. Post plant already through. There's going to be the smoke as well, but they need to play this together. Establish a cross. It's an op you're working against, so you need to get out into the open. The chamber shows itself. The shot was there for as well. A second, I think it didn't connect, but oh, Bartolo had it a bit too close for comfort, although Enosis now, 18th round is theirs.
Oof. That is going to be deep. Enosis. I think they need they need 2 more rounds. 2 more rounds and they are done. They can call this map over and done with and continue with this best of 5 series. But what mistake's going to come through this time? Nisela slowing things down. They're not getting aggressive. They played that card once. They can't play it again. And they're going to allow Enios to slowly make their way through.
Slowly, surely. Can't take it out of mind. No. Finds the head, pop onto Flea. Good initiation, good for the first again. The dominating player from Enosis, aside from 19, second best, but there's still a couple you need to take out. Specifically Remy, who has definitely been top of the leaderboard for some of these players, and Norbert taking out STR. It has been a 2-for-1 deal, although Nisla still currently hold the lead.
Enosis found their way onto the A site. They've also got a split going through. It's going to keep the distractions going, but can you force Nisela to rotate to one of these sites, or do you have to be brutal with the shooting that comes with it as 19 misses just a little bit of angle? Bomb is going to go down. A kill goes through. MUV says thank you. 19 able to get a second as well. There's an opportunity and hope for Anus to finish this off.
So close. It's on the tippy toes right now, Norbert and Snow. MUV in 19. We got ourselves a bit more difficulties with face it, but right now we're going to get it back in the same second we possibly can right now. We do not want to miss out on the action because a lot lies on this line. And also Esports, it was post-plant as well, but it was the T side holding a lot. Although the defuse, I don't think it came through right now from what we're able to put together. It seems like it did, but at the same time, timer's running low. It's only a matter of a question on what that result was. So I guess we're going to get kept at a question for now, and it was Lisa Rakov to finish out that round, and they felt it so stressful that now they need a bit of a timeout.
unlucky for Gnosis. Just couldn't keep the diffuser away from long enough. You're left in this situation once again. One away. I believe one away from getting this done and dusted.
Certainly close. It certainly is way closer than ever expected, but now we gotta wonder, can Nisla Rakov do what Enosis have done twice now, and it's find grace, a saving grace within these final few moments that when you need it most, because Nisla Rakov, keep in mind, they've had 2 match points up until now and haven't been able to capitalize off of a single one. Now it's Enosis' turn, and do they make the most of it?
You gotta make the most of it. You gotta. But at the same time, you can rush into this. Or I say rush into it. You can push into this game with all guns blazing, making sure you've got all the utility, because you can. So you've just got to pick your shots correctly. Again, aggression with the utility to kick things off. Immediately, Snow will find 19. That's going to hopefully force an overtime 3 if it keeps up at this pace. Slowly, they make their way onto B site. The flash just perfect to come through. MUV says thank you very much for a free pick, but more will drop away. It looks like overtime 3 might be an opportunity. Flea left alive. One last opportunity. One last hope. It's not gonna happen. Overtime 3.
Overtime 3, and you've got to feel a bit trained after so many rounds. I'm really curious how long it's going to take, because right now we could be here all night just for train if this keeps going the way it currently is. Nisla Rakov at OCT Sports, 18-18, another overtime, another second chance. Nisla were able to get it, but Enosis, similarly to Nisla, not able to finish it.
Can we just call it, like, call this map as the deciding factor? Because at this rate, it really is what you expect a map 5 to be. Admins, are we in agreement? No? Okay, we're going the distance. We're going the distance.
We're going the distance. We have to. There's simply no other way of going about it besides a great initiation here from Nisla Rakov, starting to pick up the pace once more. 2 already off the board for Enosis. And again, it's not like they haven't come back from a situation that's been even worse like this. And 19 already off to it.
Goodbye again, as that's a headshot for the ages. Enosis have found themselves a little bit of momentum. How about a bit more, as Remy says thank you again. Bombs getting planted as well. A little bit of extra on the economy side. 19 getting it done. 1 to go. Bartolu left alive. Can't be done. 19 is a savage on the AWP.
Yeah, 19... Get yourself a teammate like 19. That's the best way to put it, especially on that hop. But in general, Enosis, you see what happened? Nisla Rakov held a bit of an advantage early on. They got themselves a 2-kill lead, but were they able to grasp onto it for too long? I think not. Enosis are really good at working under pressure, although Nisla Rakov, on the other hand, they're good on their earlies. Just continuation can be a bit rough.
Oof. Get this game going, why don't we? An immediate pick who traded off keeps things all even, but a quick push onto B will allow a bomb plant to come through. And Enosis not wasting any time. They want this game done and dusted. They're fed up of Train. And Enosis have the man advantage. 2 players that they could sacrifice, but still come out on top. You don't want to lose them, and in doing so, they've lost 1.
By Nisla. And oh, it's going to be Blasi carrying it mostly. But post-plant again. Have 1 kit. Gotta keep Snow alive because 10 seconds for the default defuse can be quite rough to work with the Molly there to keep you at bay for an extra couple of seconds. Flash there to deny. 1 from above. Snow's able to find it. But it's going to be the spray onto Blasi. Able to find the 1v1. And it just won't be close. But time has ran out. And Oasis Esports with 20 rounds on the board. And it seems like Nisla Rakov just didn't do it fast enough.
Match point once again. How many times have we said that today? The answer to that 4 times. 4 times we have hit to this level.
Yeah. And look at Nisla.
Tactical. I don't blame a tactical timeout here, by the way. That is smart move. Slow down this momentum that's coming forward.
I mean, get the tempo reset. Don't allow Enosis to work off of this wave ride that they've been thrashing down on you from. Nisla Rakov, you're starting to struggle, and yet again, this is going to be your map. This is going to be your unique peak. After this, you're going on to Nuke. That's where Enosis should find comfort, but honestly, in Plausible Gaming, and I found this in FPS shooters in general, teams really like winning each other's maps. I don't know why, but they just do.
Oh, it gets in your head. Gets into your opponent's head to say, hey, you picked this, we beat you, you're terrible. That's literally what they would say, word by word. Actually, no, that's a lie. There's probably a few swear words in there, but we can't say that.
Sadly.
Sadly.
But yeah, it's basically it. It's a bit of that mental. But again, as long as this match has been ongoing for right now, Enosis are off to finish it. But will they be able to do it? That's the big question. We are on round 39. And Enosis have 2 rounds, 2 lifelines. Nisla Rakov, again, they found themselves a scapegoat before. Now they need to do it twice.
Again, slow push from Enosis. They're a little too slow. It's always a team kill as well, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The FAMAS being as powerful as it is. Nisla squad refuses to let this game come to an end. Only once have they taken the lead of this match, but they will extend it as long as they will.
The investment from Enosis here, granted, major as well, but it doesn't seem to be going for what they would have hoped for. Taking high ground, almost shot out in the moment. Is that a secondary I just saw pulled out? You gotta be checking your backlines though. It's creeping up on behind you. Able to find one, but it's gonna be down to STR. Fights off the second as well. The spray will be connecting. And now with utility, you're hoping to thrive off of this victory, but you don't know where the last one stands. Spotted them out, trying to play a game of dodge and weave, and STR finds the clutch. And Enosis Esports, I think this is what they've been looking for. The finalization, the bomb is there, and now, once more, we stand at match point. Nisla Rakov at the end of the world.
We got our maths wrong. One more. There's been too many rounds. We've lost track of what round it is. You now have a huge advantage.
Huge.
You have the opportunity to literally end it here. I might be mistaken, it might be one more again, but it definitely feels the pressure.
Ooh. Look at Enosis. That's just not where they stop now, is it? Off to a great beginning once more, but the roles have swapped as with this where Nisla Rakov can find themselves the greatness they've been seeking out. Paco certainly on a good path to it. The rest of the team following just quickly, although look at the position of the MUV, can execute a couple. Was out of the swing of one, not able to find the second. A repeat from Remy on succession, but it's going to be the bomb carrier taken out by 19. And again, huge ground given over to Enosis Esports as they're looking to close it out. Nisla Rakov only with one player rotating towards B and trying to play the save game of the post plant.
Paco's going to come with a dream play. We've seen a 1v3 clutch. Now a 1v2 clutch is needed. Bombs going down onto that B site. Immediate rotations will start to come in. And Enosis will know that he's got to be close by. A good positioning. Play up in the halls. Play up in the heavens. Put yourself in a position where it is harder to get those picks. They know that position is commonly used. Molly going out, but he's behind the flames. 19's not taking advantage. Diffusing going in. He might have left himself an open opportunity. He sprays through the smoke.
Just finds it. A bit risky. With all honesty, there wasn't much time remaining. It was the only thing that you could have gone for. The molly there, if it could have been just a bit more synced with that smoke, Could have found the greatness it had hoped for, but in the end, coulda, woulda, shoulda. And Osis, you're now 21-9, still 2 rounds ahead. But Nisla Rakov once more starting to get and creep up on your back.
This is so back and forth. Because immediately Nisla goes and takes the advantage. They're grouped together. They're like a herd, not breaking apart. And normally you'd think a nade in those situations would do the job, get them all killed. No, CS nades aren't that powerful. Then Snogs gets another. 2 to go. 2 kills. And you're in the shot of bringing it to OT4.
One more remaining, 19 robust economy, and you gotta check your ups before your downs. 14 HP, the Nate here could do the job this time around, but 19 has to go for the save. You have the op, 500 bucks in your bank. And Nisla Rakov, they've got 3 players ready to hunt you down, considering you have that pop and op. It can only deal damage enough to take out a player before you're overwhelmed. And with this post plant, he's only looking to reserve his own life and keep Nisla Rakov from claiming it. But again, this has been very deadly. And right now, while things are getting quite heated, we are going to be giving you a bit of a code. Save God. 19 needs a savior. If it's God or not, right now the code for your giveaway is, yet again, Save God. All together, all caps. SAVEGOD. I'll say it again, Save God. Enter it in. Paco dies with the bomb. But 19 gets to, oh, but no, the missed shots!
Are we going to overtime 4? Or are we ending it here? Gnosis want it done and dusted. They are wanting it to be the end. Or are we seeing an overtime 4? That is the question we ask here. An immediate aggression. It's fast, it's furious, blinded in, and this might hopefully 1-2. That's a great way to open it up if you're Gnosis.
We're running out of bullets. It's going to be Remy to find one. It's going to be Paco returning quickly after. But all resorted down to a 1v2. And Gnosis Esports going to need to rely on MUV to finish off the already injured Norbert and Paco. A single bullet for one, maybe 2 for the other. Utility there should be revealing location. You spotted out one crawling back to main with a bomb carrier to your right. Could be a first spot. You spot out the leg. That's going to be an instant shot out to Paco. Only 1 more to remain. A single bullet. Can it be done? The finish for Gnosis hasn't been sought out for. You're caught on the ladder. Shot out in the moment. 22 and 20. Almost the 4th overtime there, but not almost. And Gnosis are able to put the final nail in the coffin and finishes there. Hyperactive. Oh my god, I'm sweating.
Oh my. That's what we're getting? Yeah, I got called up to do Counter-Strike and I was thinking, okay, it's going to be one of those, like, you know, just straight up 3-0s, map series, whatever. Nah, you came with bangers. You came with bangers. Oh my. Where to even start with this? Where do you even start to break this down? There is so much to break down. There was, first of all, actually, just point out, so many mistakes when it comes to entry plays, missed opportunities for double praise. There's so much behind it. It is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. But hey, we're going to talk about that phenomenal in just a moment. Again, enter the giveaway, follow on Twitter. We're going to talk more about it once we're back from this short break.
What you see, everything that you wanna be, put it out in the world, that's your destiny. In your mind, what you need is to have belief. I'm gonna make it to the top, cause I never stop. My on switch doesn't have enough. I think it's broken, I think it's lost. I guess that's why I never take a loss. Don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. Just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in and you're bound bound to win. Make a deal with yourself that you'll get after it. Find something that you love, call it passionate. Or find some passion and leave it behind, adequate. Your journey starts now, time to make it happen, man. You could be great, have it your way. Served up like some room service on a nice plate. The high life is only hours a day away from making a change to the life that you chase. New year, new you, new day. Go prove to yourself you can do anything you wanna do. When you set your mind to something big that you choose, break it down to the root, chip away, gotta move. Push past all your limitations. Right now consider this an invitation. Make your worth go up like inflation, and start chasing your dreams, stop waiting. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
You cannot stop me, I'ma make it to the top spicy. Call it coming in, not cocky. You cannot break me, this world's mine for the taking. Got an inch, man, I'm making. I'll keep my head down and grind and be patient. I'll take a stab at the top and the sailing. They can all try, but you cannot contain it. Cause I see the things that I want and I take on my goal. Push myself to the brink, no limit. Do what it takes to be free, committed. I'm a little obsessed with things, I'll admit it. But that's what it takes to get a freedom ticket. Got a killer instinct and it's just the beginning. Breaking down walls and the hurt start thinning. And the more
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Gnosis versus Nisela, and I tell you what, it didn't go without a bang. 3 rounds of overtime we went into just on the first map. Just on the first map, ladies and gentlemen. We are far from done. It's a best of 5. I'm still stuck here with Puffer Bob. I'm stuck here. No, I'm with
Are you
Puffer
stuck
Bob.
with me? Okay,
very
I'm sorry,
happy with
Hyperactive. You know what? I'll walk out the door right now. All jokes aside. Yeah, no, 42 rounds in the first. We basically watched 2 maps for the price of 1. You guys are getting treated quite nicely. And, well, we got ourselves more upcoming right now because the next one is going to be Nuke. And, well, even though Gnosis won out the map picked by Nisla Rakov, it's Nisla Rakov's turn to return the favor. And yet again, for anyone that's tuning in just right now, we are Plausible Gaming. We are hoping that you're enjoying, and at the same time, we're hosting a bit of a giveaway, a knife giveaway, as a matter of fact, so you can win one for free. And what better way to heighten up those chances than entering up some surveys, getting yourself those 30 to 60 seconds, using them 1 per each survey. And of course, with that, it also helps us learn what giveaway, or rather, what sponsor you want to help us make these tournaments better, to involve more teams, and so much more. So please consider taking those surveys. And at the same time, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter because, you know, that's where all the updates are. That's where we can also raise this community as a whole. But right now, we have the matchup, right? We have Nisla Rakov, we have Gnosis, and the rivalry's already deep. Like we said, 22-20 is no small count.
No, it definitely isn't a small count. It really is going to be head-butting all the way, because when one team took control, the other team, yes, submitted to that control for a bit, but very quickly found a way to get themselves out of it and go ahead. Gnosis, though, we're in the kind of the shadow quite a lot of Nisla off the bat, because Nisla came out 7 rounds in a row, straight up, did a great job, and then slowly Gnosis just crept in with the odd kills, capitalizing on missed opportunities. We saw Nisla on a few occasions over-peaking or not waiting for a double shot opportunity, meaning the trade can come back into them. There's a few little cockiness moves that are coming in that allowed a Gnosis to bring us to an overtime 3 situation.
Surely so, and we only wonder if we're going to be seeing that on Nuke, because again, this is a Gnosis' pick. They should be more confident on it, but who knows with these 2 teams? It could go into another lovely 42, or maybe even longer, maybe even shorter. We don't know, and that's what makes the fun part about it. And also, I'm just going to be kind of sneaking in the fact that, again, earlier I mentioned the giveaway. There's also going to be codes dropped throughout the match, so keep your ear out for them. But going on to Nuke, what I love about Nuke is, right, the CT side has to very, I would say, strategically kind of balance out what they want to secure. Do they want to secure outside and prevent secret entrance? Do they want to deny the T side from entering, B side from going through vents or ramp? Or do they just want to stick to A? There's so many things you have to balance out as a CT and a T as well to kind of read into what the CT is doing, that honestly, Nuke can be quite a cluster of a time.
It's honestly an enjoyable map. I quite like playing it because of the ability and the unpredictability that comes with it. I enjoy the fact that you could actually pull out a shotgun as well. So we might see a Nova pulled out maybe once or twice to spice things up. Or if you're like me, you just pull out the Nova for the hell of it and blast someone's head off. But in competitive style of play, it really is. You battle the outside for a little bit, but then it all becomes a tightly meshed internal struggle because smoke patterns, smoke opportunities doesn't exist. It only exists on the outside.
100%. And with that, we're going to be heading into round number 1 of map number 2. And Gnosis have claimed the first one. Now they're looking to get this map with a cheeky series point, but will Nisla Rakov allow it so easily after what we witnessed on Train? I guess we're about to find out, starting off with a pistol.
Pistol round, critical to get your first few rounds on your side. And a free pick from Bartolu says, thank you very much. Why don't we take that away?
Why not? Going right on to SCR again. It's going to be a bit better working with the USPS, but Gnosis have Pushed up a bit too deep, where Blasi and Pack are able to find a couple more shots, but the plant going to be imminent and instant. A challenge from Norbert up from Vents. It does seem like it will deny the plant too, as Rami, last one standing, surrounded by sharks as they start swimming towards the shores of the final player. Bleeded out, 17 HP, a single bullet, enough to finish the job. And with 3 players still alive, Nisla Rakov start off quite decently.
You can't shoot a guy in the back of the head. Come on. A little disrespectful, don't you think? Nonetheless, we keep on going. Round 1, of course, Nisla Rakov says thank you very much. That means they have an opportunity to force buy. I'm surprised a scout hasn't been brought here. We usually do see the possibility of a scout played on the outside, denies that outside push, but no. It was the right call. All of them are inside. They're playing indoors. And they're just waiting for fire to just go away before rushing onto the site.
And well, just like that, it seems like Nisla Rakov will be putting that thought into a quick burn, but it has all been a distraction for Gnosis Esports to get the plant down for that extra cha-ching. At bare minimum, you do not get to walk away with your life after that since you're completely outnumbered, and Nisla Rakov are quite quick on the move. They get the round right, but at least Gnosis secure that extra buck.
Hey, a little extra $300 goes a long way. I'm not going to say no to that, as unfortunately, server glitches kicking at us again. The bane of our existence. Oh, we back? No, we're not.
Actually, it's not server glitching. Our production is just so good that they're able to stop time. Yeah, well, fun fact. Plausible Gaming is just peak of the stuff, so they're able to stop the time there, get us over towards these match replays. All the best for the viewers right now. But in general, Gnosis Esports, they've lost 2 rounds. Nisla Rakov, for the better part of it, they've won them as a matter of fact, and now the economy is going to be a bit more shifted towards the seaside, who seem to be rushing down B. A bit of a different way of approaching it compared to what we've seen in the first 2.
Why not? Through secret, great control. Now there's a little bit of weaponry onto a Gnosis. They're able to fight back in a more dominant fashion, knowing that Nisla won't have the greatest weaponry to retaliate. MUV again being a clutch master, getting the kills to rack up on his side. Sir, can't seem to get the shots, and the defuse nearly went through, but MUV, clutch master 101.
Ooh, close, but not close enough. And Gnosis Esports there will be up with the first round, but that means Nisla Rakov can now return their own favor, have them have a taste of their own message, and going into the fact that Nisla Rakov right now had a bit of a bonus round, right? They were still reserving guns from the previous couple of rounds, didn't want to invest too much, but now an investment from both these teams at its full, it means we get to see the full battle and extent of it for the first time in map number 2.
What do you do? Well, first off, smoke off garage. Don't allow anybody to peek out of there, particularly if someone's brought an AWP. Which, at this point, no AWPs on field, but does allow you access to secret as well. Which is exactly what Fleet is going to look to do. Create a distraction play, try and draw some players to come down and away from this A site.
Seems to be working, but not for much longer. With the trick of that Molly, Blasi, quite sure he should stay on the position currently being held. Nisla Rakov still expending some of the players to hold off ramp, one towards bottom B, and also is quite unsure themselves whether they should go on one side or the other, but eventually they're going to need to push on through because 50 seconds remain, while though that is still plenty of time. Seconds matter most, but right now you have only one player securing A, and if only Gnosis knew that, they could completely overwhelm him in the moment.
Could overwhelm it, but how quickly that rotation goes in, that volley lands perfectly, and with the shots given away, it's an easy push. Timing is perfect, but 2 sit at heaven. They haven't been able to clear. There's one. MUV can't find the second, but Norbert will be able to pick off 2 of his own. Oh, we've gone for bad for worse. 19, shot on the back. It trades up for an AK. Lee left alive.
How?
Take your time, buddy. Take your time. B gets caught.
How did he get caught? Why did Paco check there? I mean, well played from Paco, but Norbert just came up from heaven, down from rafters, and Paco thought, "Not. What if he was constantly behind Norbert? Maybe that's just the 1,000 IQ that this player racks, but hey, it gets Nisla Rakov their third round. Now they're able to pick up the pace once more. We've seen them get 2 rounds in a row at the first few, but that's just the pistol and what follows along with it. Now it's Enosis again, although they are on the T side. And a map like Nuke, I'm not too sure. I wouldn't necessarily say this is 2 T-sided or CT-sided as much as maps like Ancient, right? There's a clear distinction between some maps, and this is one of the more even ones out there, I'd say.
There is the opportunity to enter. It is difficult on both sides. As I said, this is a map where it's narrow, it's technical. You have to use strategy to break onto these sites. You can't just rush in. It is set plays all the way. So in terms of difficulty, this is ranked number 1. Hardest map to play, and even to today, I know one smoke, but MUV needs 1 shot, it needs 2 shots to find 2 people. How about 3? Find 3, why don't we?
The more the merrier. Keep it coming. Nisla Rakov, you offer up bodies, and Enosis are going to rob them from you one after another. Good way to spice things up, but 2 players, Norbert and Snow, have done greatness in the past, but now look at the peaks, the flicks. Norbert's unsure where he should look. Spots out one of the players, but surrounded by 3. Where's the communication? Where's STR looking? Wrong direction. A trade of 2 for 1, and Enosis still have plenty to offer thanks to the efforts put in onto the early part of the round by MUV's triple. Snow last one to stand. It's 1, but that's not where it ends. Close, although 19 able to finish it out. But look at the damage caused by Nisla Rakov's final 2 players.
Oh my god. For a moment, I thought Nisla Rakov had that in the bag. I thought that was Snow's game to play. I thought it was done, dusted, and... oh. The excitement kicks in, but this 3-piece is the way you start it. Lovely to see. The Snows, just so close, but so far. I heard a Deagles.
You heard a Deagle. That's yeah. You're the tenses, the caster senses from Hyperactive are getting shined upon. I know he hears the Deagle. He likes it. And on a map like this, honestly, I feel like the Deagle is one of the stronger guns. But that's the thing about it. You can go outside. You can test people with the scouts, with the ops, with the Deagles, or you can go inside and Tech9s can find value. Or of course, Remy can just spray you down, and that's going to be the early initiation here, favoring Enosis.
Yeah, Remy and Secret are just like peanut butter and jelly. They always go together.
Chef's kiss.
But, exactly. Remy finds the shoulder. Jimmy Peak working well, but the flash won't do anything. There's 2 of them there. What do you expect? MUV also able to get a free kill with the Mac 10 of all guns, by the way. We'll say thank you very much as the play starts to slow down once again. Bomb gonna go up onto A. And now you got to know your bomb sounds to know where it is.
I wonder if the final 2 here is Paco Norbert. Norbert was alongside Snow earlier, I do believe, in the final 2 that dealt 4 kills in a 5v2, which is, again, a huge achievement. But I don't think they're going to be taking that gambit once more. Simply going to be standing back for the moment being. And in this post-planned, where all seems to be already over, we can talk about a couple of things. Again, for anyone that hasn't been here yet, we can mention the fact that there was a giveaway ongoing. Enter yourself in if you want more points. No, he's...
oh,
okay.
Don't do it.
No, not the knife. He didn't spot him, Paco. You're kidding me, right? MUV with a backstab, as cold as it gets, and... oh, look. Wait, what was he looking at? Was...
you could see MUV double take. He was like, hang on a minute. That's a person I need to kill. And then creeps up to him, and it's hi, how are you?
Oh, that was good. That was good. I like that. That was creepily good.
Welcome.
But yeah, it'll keep me awake at night. but you know it's going to keep away at 9 Nisla Rakov. These knife kills, these shutdowns, another one for the spray. The back then is going to be claiming glory for 3 already. No, MUV actually gets taken out for the 3rd time's the charm on Nisla Rakov. But again, they still need to find that EQ.
A drop in vents. Paco's going to give his sound away. There's going to be some understanding that someone's around the vented area. And especially when you have a massive stack of players who are slowly pushing onto site as 19 says thank you. Remy is going to get taken out though, and that's a great defense from Paco as Juan does exactly what he needs to do. But the change of direction is slowed down. They wanted to go for a quick fatal on to B, and now they're going to push it to A. Bomb's going to go down, and now I think this has been read really well from Nisla to just push in.
Paco, can you carry on the lead? I think not. Want to reserve the AK. More than fair enough. A gun that can carry the match, right? You get a kill onto one of the enemies. Your teammate who wasn't able to afford a good gun picks up their gun and kind of moves on to from worse to worse. Paco with another. What's it going to be, Enosis? You will look to contest it. You know that they're bad on the eco. You want to find the kill, but you're doing it alone, STR. That's just not a good way of going about it.
A lot of damage on the economy. They're still going to be thankful that Enosis' economy will be damaged. It's not going to hinder a full buy, but they know that the repercussions for the rounds later will be in the back of their mind. But look at this, just one after the other with SMGs. Mwah, French kiss. Chef kiss, that's what I meant, not French kiss.
Yeah, I'll take that. But now,
hey, later we can.
Enosis 1 up, but 1 down on the player count. Although the op is going to be able to make that a 2 for Nisla Rakov. A bit of a rougher beginning in the previous round, but they're hitting back with no punches to be held.
Especially now the AWP's out as well. In your mind, you know, do not touch the outside. You do not step foot in that region unless the smokes are strong. The snow. Did he get... I think he grabbed a glimpse of Remy here. The rotation has been called over, so I'm going to take that as a no. But both sides just trying to weigh up. How do we approach this? What's the best way forward? There's the shot now. And understanding Snow takes out Remy. And if you are Nisla, you can push up a bit more if you want to.
For single tap game. Able to find 2. The 3rd one, though, as close as got close, not enough.
I'm sorry if you're not Scream. You're not Scream with his 1 taps. You can try, but it's a very difficult skill to do. Nonetheless, all tied up. Another close game. Not the early advantage we saw Nisla do on map 1 from Train. Remember, that went 7-0 before Enosis was able to find a map. This time, same round, and it is a lot closer.
A lot closer indeed. And also C-Sports, even though they've been able to kind of dethrone Nisla Rakov from the previously given score, they've held such dominance over the swing here from Paco. Seems to have been dealing quite a bit of damage, opening up a new wound. And then also C-Sports now feeling it personally as 2 swing out, 1 goes, and the other, the damage dealer, now backs off towards Ram, still trying to play a game of where Enosis jump into the loving hands of Nisla Rakov players. Some more kills can be dealt, but the T side has been struggling in the past few.
Take your time. Flea doesn't want to be too aggressive here. He's got great map control. And Enosis will find their way slowly onto that B site, but now with the gunshots given away, the rotation will start to come through. and you've got to commit. Bomb goes down, Paco's gonna hear the sound, get the kill, back away through the door. Hello and goodbye. Left alive.
Oh no, this is bad. Look at the currency's been dealt. Oh no! Talking about how bad it is to shoot a person in the back of the head. It seems like Snow does not care. Gives him the cold shoulder, and it's going to be Nisla Rakov now with their 5th round, trying to make a bit of a comeback within this first half, and also getting, I would say, adapting to what Enosis have been showing.
They have. The thing is, both sides will get a good round, and then they'll make a relatively bad mistake, which then forces this little train to come in. But at the end of the day, it's almost too hard to tell who is the better side. Right now, you want a great T-side attack. You want to be getting these early rounds, as the same with train. You want to be strong attacking, so that it's easier for defense, but attack 9. You said it was dangerous on train. It's dangerous in event as well.
Certainly can be. Oh, it gets even more dangerous as now Enosis Esports have to make do with only 2 players. And they're quick upon the act, jumping down from Heavenly Gates and able to get this distribution of the bomb onto site. Quickly approached from the rest of the Nisla players, shut out by this smoke. So vision going to be temporarily disabled. Although again, this cross by Enosis needs to be built with trust and confidence.
Snow, another smoke going down. Halfway through the bomb patch, and the smoke is down, make it a little bit easier, but even with a flash, 1 against,
Oh!
Remy will do 2. Wow, Enosis. Dankashan.
There it is. You get one, I'll clean up the rest. A good little message spread through Enosis, clearly knowing they're at a disadvantage, but still working greatness. They rushed it down with Tech 9s and got the value wanted, and as 3 players were focused on this one corner combo, the second piece came in and rushed him down as Enosis, for now, economy gets kept quite well and healthy. Nisla, on the other hand, we see a Deagle again.
One is out to play. Let's see it pop up in the feed. The Mac 10 will be in the feed. Juan staying in the back pocket, but time will tell. And guess who is taking secret? Puffer, can you guess who it is?
No, I possibly couldn't guess. It's too hard.
No, it's dead easy. It was Flea.
What? No way.
Oh no, such a surprise. He found his way quite deep as well onto that B site, and already Snow getting taken down by the flames. Through the fire and flames, they literally say a rush push in to try and defend this B site, but very easily. Enosis, they've got ramp here. They could turn around and go back. That's what they're doing.
Quick 180. Conversion complete. Enosis, patient with it. Again, slow steps, walking on eggs. Don't want to be caught out and crushed in a mistake-filled moment. But they spread towards rafters. We've seen this before. Dropping down is going to be smokes out, planted well, while the rest of Nisla Rakov players, well, where they ascend from. It seems like the outside is being carefully carried out by one of the Enosis players, although it's the inside that you need to worry about most, because Norbert already making his presence known. It's going to be one from above, but again, the AK is going to be striking back. Patient for 2, right behind him. Good for it. MUV 19 combination, able to clean the rest. And Enosis securing that a draw within this first half will be the least they claim.
MUV twice now demonstrates such fantastic trigger discipline. It is beautiful to see. It is so rare to see, and especially at a tier 3 level. Mwah. Lovely. Bellissimo.
Beautiful, but What are we thinking? Notice, did they get away with it? No, Blasty shuts it down, but thankfully, Remy's efforts, not for naught. It's a good 1-for-1 deal, but the rest of the charge still comes on through as the T side are now looking to make headway towards Secret, or was it all just a bit of a jest? They're going for the other way around it, and again, a fake that we've seen before, but it seems like Blasty's caught onto it. Not being careful, you just spot him out, but that's the last thing you see. A light at the end of the tunnel for 19 and Blasty, as now Onosis having Nisla Rakov double kind of second guess themselves where the push is going to come on through.
Well, at the moment, all of them are upstairs, and most of Nisla's squads are by the ramp, downstairs, waiting for Gnosis to go and push. That's all they can do right now. They know their weaponry is much worse. They've done a great job at picking off two, but the trades have been so strong.
Oh.
And Norbert.
No.
Play this right. Check from the left, check from the right as Flea gets the flick. Oh, that's so harsh to see, but there's still one more who could easily create a bit more of an upset. Double opens, free pick, but there's a second person already. One left alive, done and dusted. First half, Gnosis takes the lead.
Takes the lead on the T side, as God intended, but in general, with a good little split, they're able to get themselves these first 2 rounds, but this is where it gets a bit more interesting. These second halves matter so much more, especially when it comes down to the pistol. Now, not pistols, it doesn't mean pistols don't count in the first half, right? You still get yourself those 2 rounds, but what it means for these 2 teams is, Nisla Rakov, they get the pistol, they can very plausibly also equalize out the score. While for Onosis, they can get a 4-round lead. And again, that's such disparity between what lies on the line currently. And with such aggression, it seems like Onosis are not scared to take the fight.
Yeah, go aggressive, get up in your face, bring out the dualies and get it done and dusted, but a quick rush through vent will cause Chase MUV deciding to go exactly the pathway that they went. Bomb's gonna go down by Silo, and Silo person dead.
It's done. What are we gonna do, Blasty? Flush this out? No! Flea with a coup de grace. And Osis Esports, 8-5. And, well, Hyper, they still have 4 players alive.
Decent starting. A lot stronger, and
Lovely.
it gives you a boost of confidence. Of course, losing players off the bat on a first round of the start of the match or the first round of the second half, yeah, it's not going to do too much damage in terms of your own economy, but it's also a feeling of pride. Going in and winning it is what feels great. Also, there is a lot of people who have superstitions that say if you win the first round, you win the map. I don't know if you heard that superstition before.
I have, but I don't know how well it holds up, although it seems like Onosis are off to a good path because 3-4 already gone! Nisla Rakov got them down the way they fall one after another as they've been burnt to the ground and dominated in an instant. With a 9-5 now, Onosis are going to keep the lead, and now let me just remind you for a second. Hey, yes, you, the viewer, the one you're listening, the one who's watching. We still have a giveaway for the knife, and we have a secret code. Now, it's going to be only through ears, and it will be PlantFast. PLANTFAST. That will be PlantFast. Together, full caps. Get yourself within that giveaway, and also make sure to fill out the survey. Each survey takes about 30 to 60 seconds. A couple of questions. It will only help us get the sponsor that you need and you want, just like Gnosis need these shots. And same goes for Nisla as they're able to return it, but, well, granted, over back to Gnosis as now they carry the lead.
One is all on the field. He is the only decider. He has only taken 19. And unfortunately, it looks to be the only name it will take as Norbert is left alive. One tap is the only end to someone's life, and it's gotta be to the head. As Remy will be the first one to go and press against. And it's done and dusted.
Ka-chow, and Gnosis are going in with this lightning fast, but lightning has already struck 10 times. Nisla Rakov only able to put that type of performance at half. Their moment to shine has been mostly on trend, but hey, We do remember what the score was over on Train for Nisla Rakov. They had 10-5 as well, I think, and the Nosos were able to bring it back. So who says Nisla can't do the same?
They could easily do it. From what we've seen, we can, but it looks like as soon as this map has been flipped, the CT-sided Gnosis is just dominating. There's an angle for everything that they have. There's a counter to a movement that they're just aware of. Well, majority of the times. Cursing it a little bit, as it looks like Nisla has found a little bit of a stride, and they have the man advantage.
Well, crack in the armor, and it keeps on getting wider by the moment. Yes, it does. Paco swing, not expected. Remy was even a bit cautious. But what can they say? You can never be too cautious. And MUV thought he was safe and sound. But Bartolo nicely sneaking up, post-plant as well. Nisla Rakov with the 6th round. And the second we mentioned, why can't Nisla Rakov do it? They felt the energy. They said, you know what? Hell yes, we can. Now we're going to take a tactical timeout, as a matter of fact, just to make sure we get things set straight and the Gnosis don't have a chance to respond.
For those who just joined as well, that is not a time. We're not saying we're doing train at 10:20 p.m. We're not saying that. No, that was the scoreline. 3 rounds of overtime, we eventually got on a winner from a Gnosis. A Gnosis here now, 3 rounds away from taking map 2 of this best of 5. And if you're a Gnosis, like, Puff, let's put this in a perspective. You're a Gnosis and you can clean out, nuke your own map pick, you're gonna feel extra confident walking away.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not only because you win your own map pick, because it's also series points. I mean, then you have 3 maps. You can throw 2 away. You can forfeit 2 maps, which I doubt they'll do, right? But at the same time, it's the comfort, it's the message, it's the mental that gets risen. While for Nisla Rakov, it gets dropped by the step. And right now, Gnosis need to start leaning back into that team play a bit more. We saw it on the pistol rounds, right? They swing in together, they play off of each other, and they distract Nisla Rakov's attention. But they haven't been doing that. At least not in the previous round. They tried to take these 1vx situational gunfights that have not worked out in their favor. So, Gnosis, let's not get too overzealous, because Paco's already bringing the heat.
Already, off the bat, getting it first. First blood. Nisla are gonna be happy with it. Take it with a pinch of salt. You know you've got the advantage. Don't throw away an easy life. You can see how they slowed down a bit more again. Nisla goes aggressive first, slows it down, plays with tempo. They realized Snow says thank you very much. 19 was not prepared. Free passage into secret, but Fleet gets the trade elsewhere on the map. This is the danger I talk about. Free, easy trades.
Free and easy. Call them freebies. The way that Nisla Rakov have been piling up these bodies. An absolute graveyard for Gnosis. And they've launched to the post plant as well. Aren't able to contest it. And do we go for the risk? Do we seek the reward? Are the eyes on the prize for a possible save? I think that's what we're going to be seeing. Look at Gnosis Esports. They felt endangered. Look at their economical state. 19-0. MUV with a donut. And, well, STR quite rounded with Remy as well. The only one who's able to get past double digits or triple digits is Flea. So the final 30 players back off. They take a step. Nisla Rakov, you can have this round. We still have 3 more to waste after before you can even catch up to it. Right now, we want to play the save game. We want to get back into this match hot and heavy so we can finish it in one foul swoop. Currently, the bomb goes off, and Nisla Rakov are just wondering, where have they heading off to?
Yeah, but all the saving I get you. Economy's in the gutter and whatever, but there comes a time. How many rounds do you give away before Nisla kind of takes the train and go all the way? You can't allow Nisla to find momentum. You got to be tactical. You can see they're force buying with their remaining players, and it doesn't look like they're sharing their money very well. It feels like a very pub economy. Focus on yourself. You're still buying with the team, but you're not helping one another.
Sounds true. Kendo And OCC Sports have been giving themselves way too much. They've been sacrificing such place, and again, why do you leave such openings? Nisla Rakov have somehow snuck up into your own territory, and you're left with an MP9 to defend it. 19's able to upgrade to that M4, but again, there's still that post plant that's so quickly found by Nisla Rakov that it leaves you at a time working against you. And Enosis, we go for the save again. Yeah, again, it's going to be this infinite limbo until Nisla Rakov catch up or maybe even dethrone them.
First blood's going to go in their favor at this point. It's the only way you can win if you're a Gnosis. The only way they're behaving, really, but it is what it is. This is Counter-Strike at the moment. This is something that Valve is aware of. It is the style of gameplay that has come from it. It is save mentality, and it is the save era.
Yeah, I mean, we can't necessarily say it's a bad thing either. I mean, they're just looking out for the best. They sacrificed 2 rounds, right? But they don't give Nisla Rakov too much of a boost on the eco, even though I doubt they need it currently, seeing as Norbert and Bartolo are reaching into the 7K. And just absolutely brutal. And again, a little reminder for all the viewers watching right now where the maps will be. Ancient and Mirage were banned. We saw Train with, like Hyperactive said, not a timer, but 22 rounds to 20. And now we are on Nuke. Map number 2. We're taking a look at the equipment value here. And yeah, it's just... there's not much a Gnosis can do. They simply have to play this a lot safer. We saw them in the previous round, right? 2 players allowed Nisla Rakov to go into the entirety of Nisla Rakov went into A, barely contested or even uncontested, while Gnosis were out by secret? Question mark? Just having a field trip? I'm not sure what the game plan is. And Gnosis, what happened?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's see what they do on the next round. Let's see how they push into this situation. So Gnosis need to come up with a new strategy, a new plan. The defense has been broken. They're allowing a streak to come through. And in doing so, do you play aggressive? Do you play passive? No. You play bunched together. And one jiggle peek would be enough. A good hot flash is going to be huge! A no-scope will come through though. Artelu says thank you very much. It has all gone to the dirt. A Gnosis! It was supposed to be the flash of the game. But it went against them.
Wow. That was well set up by a Gnosis. But Nisla Rakov read into it so well. They felt after that timeout, they knew that Gnosis were at a moment of desperation. And desperate times call for drastic measures because a double swing here after the flash is very readable. I mean, let's be honest. From the thought process of Nisla Rakov, they're thinking, why would the ramp player who's backing off flash us? It's not like we're pushing him. It's not like we're throwing any anti-flashes. Well, of course, it's to push forward a peak. And they expected it. They read it well. And they keep on reading Gnosis like a book with the opening once more.
And it keeps getting worse. Paco will find Flea. Thankfully, Sir was sitting in the corner. Sir left alive, gets taken out. It's all tied up. And they're not saving. They're not playing the economy game. And the Gnosis are now punished for it. I wouldn't buy off this. This is a terrible buy. One more round of saving. Go and repurchase everything and go from there.
I feel like a Gnosis would be a bit too hurt from the giveaway of this round. Speaking of giveaways, everyone watching, doing a giveaway for the skin, for the knife skin. Enter in, fill out the surveys, help us get a sponsor that you would want and need. As right now in the match itself, Nisla Rakov are in need of this round. But Gnosis so much more because they've been having difficult times in the past, and it's going to be firstly the curse broken. SCR able to find the first after such a long time. Nisla Rakov, maybe this is their own mistake showing through.
Could be. There's a second. 19. Got it on the board. This is a better positioning. Now Gnosis has got that control. They can take a breath, calm down, know what the next step is. That's your Norbert. then you could be a pain in the neck and find an angle that just doesn't exist.
Ooh. Enosis, is this your time to find it? And you even aren't going to be stopping. Remy there for the support just about as his comrade will fall. The backup comes in. And now the last one, tertiary kill. Do we go for the aggressive play? Yes, we do. Picks up the AK. Do we rather resort for the op? Someone please get the op. It's laying down there. It is the AK's on the floor. We get that as well. Maximum value at OCC Sports at 11-10. And need only 2 more. They're able to get it for 1. But again, Nisla Rakov have been really good at breaking down these consecutive moments of Enosis. They needed just once more, so Nisla Rakov can pick up the ball themselves.
Beautiful play. I think first pick has majorly been impacting them. It's shaken Enosis up a little too much. Because when they lose 1, they lose a massive portion of the map. Because they're not playing groups, they're playing spread out. They want to cover as much as they can. And in doing so, once you lose that one angle, you then create another opening to attack you from the rear or attack you from the side. But Enosis, last round, exactly what they needed. I'm surprised though, team playing indoors, but hey, I'm not going to judge when you get kills like that.
Who would? I doubt 19 will. I mean, look, it's getting them the opening as well. While the op from Nisla Rakov is creeping up towards outside, able to find SCR. Does it find the second? No, it's going to be Remy finding your head, having it roll off your shoulders. Well, the entrance on its way, imminent. Nisla Rakov not wasting a single moment, going to be exploded. That's a pick all into kill. Good one onto Remy. Molly onto top, but still being contested, and Flea is found.
Paco says thank you very much. Easy pickings, why don't we do that? Bomb going down. They have eye on heaven. They have someone in heaven. Definitely going to give away their position. Nade lands beautifully. Second nade lands beautifully. 33 health at MUV. He's clutched on Train. He ain't clutching on Nuke.
This now leads to either... You know the 2 choices we have right now within these following 2 rounds, right? It's either going to be one of these 2 teams taking it home for this map, or guess what? We're back into overtime.
I will not be surprised if we touch overtime once again.
Yeah.
But both sides are really putting up good fights. Creating a little spree. The next thing you know, they come back at each other. It's almost like they have a little argument. They find peace with it. And then they argue again and go create chaos. I love this style of Counter-Strike. It's so unpredictable. Unless you got a bedtime. Then it's not so much.
And not so much. Paco, again, it's these sneak-ins that Enosis allow these openings while STR makes up for it. It wouldn't have needed to be done so if Enosis were just a bit more wary of this outside. And again, with Paco's entry onto it, it can expand to so much more damage if he's left out here. And Nisla Rakov, so much ground to be given, surrounded, but you're challenging an AK, and a nasty one at that. Paco has found the second one in this round already, and Flea just waiting for the opportunity for an opening. They're sandwiching up on him yet once more. The smoke is there for security reasons. A couple of shots administered left and right. Will we find the victory? Trying to take your ones, but you lose it when STR steps in the field. But now towards A. Most action seems to be revolving around it, and Enosis will be able to take all at once. Besides the 3 casualty drop, the result is still there, 12-11. Now we're back to the same tale as all the time, Iber. Do we find it, or do we continue? Whew.
Economically speaking, all is in favor of Nisla. Remy doesn't have the money to upgrade that MP9. He's got to basically buddy system somebody, wait for that first kill to come in, pick up the weapon from off the floor, and then he's back to power play. That's what he's looking for.
Austin found. Which one is it? One on container. Again. Stocked up. Nisla Rakov on the outside. Entry onto secret hasn't been given up yet. You don't spot out the head. Yes, you do, but it won't be able to connect. Keeps on re-challenging, and STR just does not learn his lesson. You don't mess with snow.
smoke. Gone to the wrong side. We caught a little bit of the body. MUV says thank you very much. A trade back and forth, but Blazy is able to get another trade return. But the MP9 finding worth.
Ooh, is this it? Is this where it ends? Nisla Rakov? No! Paco is the last one to be given. Against 3, it's clutch or die. Make or break. Only one more to go. And Oasis Esports want to have the series point under the belt as soon as they possibly can. But one more stands in their way. It's going to be the final contestant. The contender against the champions looking to claim their belt. But inside the ring, only one rule matters. And it's survive. It's kill or be killed. 20 seconds.
Paco's got an impossible task. Yeah. He's got an impossible task here. He basically has to find 19 first, take him out. He won't! It's done and dusted. Second map in favor of Enosis. They are one away from getting it done.
One away. And, well, certainly a good way to finish it off, but it hurts. It hurts. We had such a good matchup right now because, I mean, over towards Train, 22-20, but only a 13-11. Really? Is this how we have to be dealt, Hyper? I mean, this was a fantastic matchup, though. I think Nuke was really, like you mentioned it halfway through, back and forth. A match of ping-pong, right? It was quite balanced through most of the times, and we saw good pickups from both teams. But in general, it was Enosis' effort till the very end. Once they broke that cycle of consistent rounds being won by... Yes, Nisla Rakov, sorry, brain froze. They got it through, and right now we're going to be cutting it to a short break, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
You push it a fast start, trim it till you're the only one standing up straight, win it all.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
You just gotta wanna keep chasing, put you everything you're facing, keep up with the pace and adrenaline rush starts racing, get through all the things you hate in. Don't let the others in charge of your dreams, they just don't know what it takes to be seen. You see the ship take control of your team, and if you're alone then a one-man army. So you better be starving, and you better be carving, through the hate keep marching, and every day keep charging ahead till you get what you want, what you dream. Regret is a thing of the past, and you'll see that you always had it inside. It's the key to make the most of this life from me.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill.
You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace, this is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Let's go. Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best, teach a system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing. Yeah, you realize deep way under the
two options. Either it is a reverse sweep from Nisla Rakov, or it will be flawless right now going into map 3 with series point on the line. It is still Nisla Rakov facing off Enosis in the grand final, and the second map ended up being 13-11. Nuke in the favor of Enosis. It's still me, Puffa Bob on the mic, still joined by Hyper. Hyper, what did we think about the previous match?
I think it was definitely a lot closer. There was a little bit of momentum that we started to see from Enosis, and then Nisla again found that momentum to come back. A similar narrative that we saw on Train. However, it was a lot more closely battled. There's more players being lost. We weren't seeing any flawless wins. We were seeing basically both sides' economy being hit and damaged at every second, to when the point when Enosis were close to winning, admittedly they were making the wrong decisions. They should have not forced buyed and went and allowed their economy to build up before going for the buy. There's a few problems on that side, but overall, close.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it right there. And who knows? We have Dust right now on the line, but before we get into the match, for anyone that has not been here before or is just tuning in, again, we do want to remind you that we're running a bit of a Gleam giveaway over for a CS2 knife skin, and you can enter yourselves in and get more points, heighten up those chances of winning the giveaway by entering in some surveys. So answering a couple of questions can only take you around 30 seconds, right? And you also, with those answers and questions being answered, help us decide what sponsor you want for Plausible Gaming to help out better this community, better everything around it, the tourney, the prize pool, the teams, you name it. So please help us out. Thank you so much. We are looking for a sponsor to work with that can make your experience better, and you are what means. So, of course, at the same time, also follow us on Twitter so we can get some followers to see what people really like, and at the same time, so sponsors like the ones you want can reach out to us, and we can reach out to them more easily. But again, Gleam giveaway, we also have some secret codes to drop throughout the rest of the match. And now on to the match itself. Grand final is still here. We should have 5 maps, but Dust remains. It is Nisla Rakov's pick, but Enosis still have series points. And I imagine the mental from Nisla can potentially start getting a bit, could have been brought down a bit by the previous 2 losses.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt a bit. You're on this back foot and you're looking ahead and you're saying to yourself, I've got to win 3 series in a row? Sorry, 3 maps in a row? Hell no, I wouldn't be able to do that. But that's, again, it comes to that 2 mindset mentality to, it's a challenge, we'll try for it, rather than being, we'll reverse sweep them. Easy, done, we got this, we need this. That's the 2 mentalities you gotta look into it. And right now, I can understand if Nisla are in that mindset of, we don't know if we can do this because we keep losing at the final hurdle. But it's at the final hurdle. All it takes is one little change and everything can go your way. And realistically, their economy isn't bad. They're playing great CS. Their strategy's great. There's a few missed shot opportunities, but hey, you get CSGO, you get CS, and that is what it is. You've got to just keep on going.
100%, right? It's just, like we said, the matches have been close, 13-11, 22-20. It means they really are always at the very brink of the end of the world, at the edge, but they're just not able to find that tip over it. It's always a Gnosis who somehow finds it, and now, well, it's down to none other than lovely Nisla Rakov to finish the job, at least for once, at least for twice, to get yourself into that map number 5. Gnosis have been winning too much, right? But on the other hand of Gnosis, maybe they're going to get overzealous. Maybe they're just in the right mood of confidence to win out map number 3. There's so many different paths of this going that we can't necessarily give you the answer right now. So while we're getting the match ready once more, again, it will be Dust. And I think we could talk about this map a bit more because it's one of the most, if not the most recognized maps in CS.
Bigger than CS is the most recognized map, period. To the point where another game has to copy it, and I will point this out. They've had to copy the layout of the map. It's crazy to think. The Dust is so iconic. If there's any workshops that you can like create your own maps, guess what? Dust is gonna be there. There's even a mini golf. If you play golf with friends, Dust 2 is on there. I kid you not. Go look that up. It is on there. It is the most iconic map of them all. So, yeah, everyone knows how to play this. The smokes haven't changed at all. There's been minor adjustments to the smokes and mollies and things like that, but it is still Dust 2. It's the map we were born with. It's the map we know. It came in Counter-Strike 2, CSGO, and it has stayed with us forever. Actually, no, I lied.
Yeah,
Source.
I think it was Source. I'm pretty sure it was Source. It's been with us for centuries. I mean, or decades, not centuries, but it feels like it, right? It's been here. It's probably one of the most recognizable maps in gaming history. And well, off to it. Nisla Rakov and Gnosis now battle to either survive longer. That's what is on the line for Nisla Rakov or Gnosis Esports to finish this out in flawless fashion. But that's not what we want for a grand final. Although if they're deserving of it, who can take it away besides Nisla themselves?
A simple map with endless possibilities. A mid-push will not help when you're fighting at doors 19, getting the job done. But it's all looking, again, Gnosis's power, the presence that they bring forward. And they look like they've got this down and dusted. One more to go, MUV. Make that MVP because the amount of times we've said MUV in this series is unreal.
MUV has been such a reckoning force up until now. It's honestly quite a robbery the amount of kills he's gotten away with. This man should be behind bars for how good he is. Well, although, of course, we got to give credit to the rest of the players as well. It hasn't been only the efforts of MUV, but definitely has been an outstanding source up until now. There's no denying that.
Eagle's out. Juan is out to play, and this is the map you want to have some range. A Deagle, a Scout, even the AWP. Sightline galore. Little shot through the doors. It isn't going to hit or connect anything. Flea playing with his food right now. A lot of information is going to build here. Start to bring some rotations over to that B side if you want to as well. But instead of B, it's up through short. It's been spotted by 19. 19's going to make that call. And slowly, Flea transferring back over to that A side.
Transferring over. There's a lot of rotations you could expect in Dust. That's what this mid-range allows you. And keeping it within your own ground is where Nisla Rakov can find easy succession. Again, they do start off on the CT side. That's the one thing they're given. But Gnosis is still able to pick up a couple of kills, although a couple is not going to be able to carry him through as it's all down to Paco. Not returned to sender. MUV finishes the job in the second round here for Nisla Rakov.
A little bit harder than expected, and upgraded pistols always add that elemental twist that really keeps you on edge. Even though mentally you're thinking, yeah, we got the weapons, we can literally go and push all this and be fine. You still have to be mindful of how you approach it, how you push. But now with full weaponry, it's half decent buyers. One Galil amongst Paco. almost full buy. It's a forced buy for sure. Not a great story if you're a Gnosis. Well, unless you're Remy, then that kind of works as well.
Yeah, it kind of works. Hey, we'll stick with it. And again, although I am considering why a Gnosis here. Yep, there it is, 2 rounds. I was going to say for a moment, we had the team switched. They are back, and oh, look at the shot from MUV. Keeps on going down the line. And not a single bowling pin to shut him down. Snoke will be returning it to center. And all left down to Blasi and the man we just spoke of. But in a 4v2, what are the hopes? What is going to be the starting dollar you're working with here? Well, 19 surely passes it down the drain. That's where Snow lies. And the final player in on 1v4, this is going to be a rough spot to be stuck in between a rock and a hard place. And 19's bullets landing right between your eyes.
I'll tell you what this reminds me of. This reminds me of the one team who's just dominant against one team that is struggling. And I know that's harsh to say with the scoreline we just had, but it does feel like it every time I play Dust. It's always one-sided. One team will get to this situation where they can literally push into the T spawn and cause mayhem. And the fact that Flea just got an easy push. How is Flea getting an easy push into B tunnels?
When we have double scouts as well.
This.
Paco should be the one carrying it through to deny it, but I guess Flea gets away with it. But it seems like Nisla Rakov are expected. The Nether pushing 2 back. They peek out, but it doesn't seem like they're wary of the position of Flea as the rest of Nisla Rakov all mowed down in a moment's given. In it's Blasi, last one, tries to peek shot it. Think of it jiggy with it, but Flea, just a skill diff, a gun diff in general, finds the 5th, and the last needed for the 4th round on a Gnosis Esports scoreline, as the donut for Nisla still remains, but now they're able to fight back. They are picking up on that op, and the AK is required, but if they don't get it this time, the bonus might go to waste.
A first flawless, by the way, as well.
True.
First time in this series we've seen a team flawlessly win a round without losing a single player. And that's going to feel great. They don't care about that stat, but we as viewers, we know that means a lot. And then just to add that a little bit now, Insult 19 bringing the AWP into play. Paco coming with the AWP. It's left open, and now you can pinch them into this mid position.
Oh. 1 for each. Quality at its finest. Looking to have one of these teams served on a platter. But the player from the Gnosis completely quartered off, bunkered. Not much of a clue on where to go. Nade's being sent their way. A lot of investment, but still not able to find the kill. Goodness me, STR actually gets one in return. While the meanwhile, Listo Rakov still shoving 19 into a corner, into a locker, stealing his lunch money. And what is this bullying? MUV steps forward, looks to stop it, while the Nade dealing major damage to Norbert. And in a 1v1, it's the HP game. The op will find its mark. It's the pistol for 19. Goes for the save game. Up close. Connects the dots. And free real estate on B as Nisla Rakov just couldn't find him. 19 was alive for way too long there.
They literally had him by the throat against the wall. But he found a way to kick him in the nuts and bring him back to the floor. How do you win when you're cornered? That is disgusting, Gnosis. There was no way in my mind I was saying, oh, Gnosis is winning this. They just did it. They've made it happen.
5 rounds quickly went on by. It seemed like Nisla Rakov are looking to return them just about as quickly with velocity in mind. MUV on short, looking to contest. 1 player on low, that's going to be Paco. He can easily take him out, but there's still a barricade in his way. And its name is going to be Snow, able to find the headshot in an instant. Another one. Another contestant, Nisla Rakov with the first round. Took a moment, but the Gnosis were in a similar spot earlier. Keep that in mind.
Finally, it's round on the board. It's going to feel good. You're going to feel confident. You're going to take advantage of it. But you can see how Nisla is changing their gameplay to mimic how a Gnosis plays as well. A Gnosis has been very aggressive, very forward in the way they played on Dust. Finally, Nisla does the same thing, and they're seeing results. However, being able to replicate it twice is another story in itself. As 3 are left on Nisla. And Stir, well, he's been doing a sterling job.
100%. The impact has been great. but now tailing behind to get a kill for the loss, for the fall off. Short one of the player in that trade towards long. Flea keeps it up for Enosis. One extra to add to the tally, and all of a sudden it's 2 down. Down to the wire, Nisla Rakov now needs to make headway onto way, but is going to be quickly cut in half by 19, as all that remains will be Snow's efforts put to grave with a spray from SDR, and not much returned into his way. As Nisla Rakov, as much of an effort as that was, it seems like they're going to be back down to a round where they need to make it count.
As much as we sit here and talk about, oh, defensive-sided maps, Dust 2 is a style of map that is so open. As an attacker, there are a number of different ways. Of course, there are 3 very difficult choke points that you got to deal with. Sorry, 4. Let's get my map knowledge correct. 4 difficult choke points. Short, doors, mid doors, and tunnel. It is very hard to break through them, but the ability to use utility is great. And the lack of utility from Nisla to grab an entry is costing them dear. And also you're letting Flea run circles in lower tunnels.
I mean, Flea has gotten away with this. Like a get out of jail free card way too many times. Like you said, it's constantly pushed up to the lower tunnels, gotten up the stairs, and now where's the wake-up call for Nisla Rakov? Is it finally Bertolo putting on those glasses? Seems like 19 just sees better in the first place, while Nisla Rakov, on the other hand, gonna have to bite the bullet and take down that loss, as it all remains in a 1v2. Paco could go for single taps, but it doesn't matter when you're playing against MUV, who always gets critical when it's needed. 7-1. The half has already been won by Enosis, but the fact is, they can paint the picture even brighter from here on out.
They can. They could really rub in the soil, make it even worse. 4 rounds to go in this half. The economy of Enosis, beautiful. Feeling confident. Don't get me wrong, Nisla on a few occasions has damaged and made sure that the full buy isn't always viable. What the hell is that? No, 19. He was too young.
No way. Bartolo, good efforts. Fantastic. Bear of bad news. Bit of a side thorn for Enosis Esports. And now they've lost 2 in an instant. Bomb going down. No HP on the so-called hero that now Nisla Rakov have needed to rely on. Flash is out. Deagle all along being held, but the missed shot will go for MUV to reap off of those benefits. Attempting the mid-air shot. Low HP for Bartolo, a single bullet enough to finish it. And even that's going to be a headshot as MUV accuracy. The precision of a surgeon. And elimination out. 8-1. Round is won either way. And it's just...
MUV. Politely, you're not Stewie 2K and you're not Simple. The 2 people who have done a jump shot and got the kill off it. Alright? Or Cold Zero. Let's be real, Cold Zero and Inferno is a different story entirely, but... You know.
Cold
the attempt was there.
You know what? That's how they did it. Okay, with an attempt. And if anyone can do it, I think it would be MUV. Gotta give it to him.
You know what? I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if he did do it.
No, says the dictators of this match, holding the Dragon's grip over Nisla Rakov's current score, with that Uno being the only thing that you're able to work with. But where's the reverse card? Maybe is this where Paco has been waiting to reveal his true self? Yes, the true nature coming out as a double kill. It reveals itself. Turning your back to your enemies. That's not what we should be doing, Remy. Gets distracted. Same goes as Paco just jumps on down into their spawn. Finds Flea, caught off guard. And by the element of surprise, Enosis have been found 1 by 1 and not a single casualty. A bit of damage onto Blasi, but that's just about it.
1v5 clutch? Question mark? Oh, we're gonna see the 8 now. Maybe not. Maybe not. That was just a limp fall as the one shot comes in. 'Tis what it is. Round 11. A 2nd point on the board, and this one's gonna be quite proud of that. They're gonna be happy that they've been able to crack the code.
Oh, the shots from Paco here. It's... Someone needs to wake the team up. Well, Paco simply the one to step up to it, but no! Remy, you nasty player! Oh, what a way to emulate the victory within your hands. And Osis, an 8-4 simply will not suffice. They want to keep on climbing this ladder step by step and cause calamity. They have with a double already, but Nisla Rakov, they still can find a way to return the favor. They gotta approach this cautiously, although Paco's doing it alone. Not much of a support until Snow and Norbert tend to move forwards, use a couple of those body bags, get themselves on a bit more even terms. Look at him, UV's position could be perfect for a cutoff. Just gotta get the right timing and the angle. With the support of STR, it's finished quickly. And Osis win the round and get themselves the 9th.
Beautifully done. For what I've noticed is that Osis loves to force Nisala to go through mid. They just have beautiful mid control. Even though there's not necessarily presence and players around that area, there's a cross angle that once they get to CT, once they get to mid doors, it's hell breaks loose. As I said, it's one of the choke points that is hard to break through. And Osis knows how to defend it.
Most likely through mid again holds a great momentum for 19 to pick it up once more. You get away with it just for now. Second chance at life is going to be given. And Nisla Rakov are not able to capitalize off of those shots. As now Iron sharpens Iron, 3 players on long. Contested by smoke, not able to get a line of sight. And the push won't come through until it dissipates. So for now, they're going to have to simply accept that it's there. Wait on back. And right now, as we're still waiting around, we do have a bit of a flank incoming as well.
If this flank comes off and pays off, it will be huge. But if Snow is spotted, could spell disaster. He's able to pick off 1. Does this ease the push through? No. Absolutely not. 3 of Gnosis sitting on short. Killing amongst the team again. It's going to stir things up, and Blaze. Beautiful kill. Blazy finds another. Oh my. Nisala. Not out, but a long way to go.
All right, as right now we have a great half for Gnosis Esports, we got to talk about another thing that's great. Like we talked about it, the giveaway is still going to be running, and we have a couple more codes. Are you listening? You better be. I'm going to only say it a couple of times. It will be the next code, secret code for the Gleam giveaway. Sneak Play, SNEAKPLAY. Sneak Play all together with caps. Enter it in, heighten up those chances. Also fill out the survey so we know what sponsor you would want for us to work with and collab. Follow us on Twitter. And now back to the match. Gnosis, 9 rounds. They get this pistol and they'll soon be on 11. Hyper, this is really dangerous.
Could be dangerous. Are we going to look away? I got worried for a second as he was looking against the wall. It was big off 2, so all right. Maybe a little mental rejuvenation, and that wall gave him hope.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb down. 3v2 in favor of Gnosis. And all they need to do is not let them in. Headshot for Snow. Opens the door up a bit more. Now you can start to push forward. They're pinched in. Another kill for Snow.
No.
There is hope.
No, Snow is the hope. Yes! Nisla Rakov. And Gnosis there, had it in the moment. I thought the teams were switched for a second. I thought that Gnosis were going to get away with it, but in all honesty, I want this matchup to continue. Not the way things have kicked off in quite a dark light, to say the least. But Gnosis now put down for the moment. They still dealt a bit of damage, but I imagine they're going to be going in for a save. Although on a map like Dust, right, we got to talk about the aggression, because the CT side here, like we saw it on mid, they can push up into tunnels. They can go long and contest the T side in their own territory. That's the strength of the CT side on this map. And Gnosis used it well. Now it's up to Nisla and how well they're going to use it.
Finally, a scout out to play. I feel like a good scout. Especially when it touches the head. Oh! One of my best moments is a Kalat scout. That's hard to do, but if you can pull those off as well, they're great fun. But how about an easy picking? How about another easy picking? 5-3! Oh, it's getting dangerous! Norma around the corner, finishes it off. Flawless for Nisala. And how the tables have turned.
Best bet in the moment. How about we all three swing off at once and connect almost 0 to none bullets? It's a horror movie here that Enosis didn't want to come through, but hey, they're going to be able to back themselves up with a bit more. They have AKs, and considering the Nisla are on this bonus, coming in from the previously saved guns, technically Enosis hold an advantage over the guns. But again, CT side still for Nisla. They should be able to work it through. And with utility, you can deal enough damage on its own. Showcase best on Remy, but pushing on towards Pit. The damage, Bartolo is able to find off too, but Enosis make value at its most, as now one of the players with 17 HP stuck right below your feet, and you can hunt him down easily, as he's not being supported by MUV. Can't possibly be, or rather Snow. My mistake there. Molly's there. He needs to move up. He is dead in the moment. And Snow's move a bit too late. Still trying to make it work.
Good cross angle. Over peaks, there might be a bit of information. Done, dusted. Enosis. Double digits.
Ooh. Once
3
more.
to go. 3 to go for Enosis.
Yeah.
And even if they give away a load of rounds like Nisla has done on the attacking side, that's fine. That is fine for them.
It's a bit backed off against the wall. Again, considering that Enosis is on the score that they were at earlier, but if Nisla are able to find these aggressive plays and work off of them successfully, maybe they just get the breakthrough they've been constantly looking away from. Maybe feeling a bit rusty, but Bartolo is going to shed his skin and find STR. There's 3 players for Enosis. No clue what's happening around them. There's a peek here from Blasi. Ghost punished 1 for 1, but it matters not as Paco's efforts are able to claim the final 2. And hammering in that nail that was awaiting its moment for so long gets Nisla Rakov yet another.
They're going to wonder, how did Paco get there so quickly? Where didn't we check? The answer was behind the box.
The whole time.
The whole time. Behind the box.
He was just hiding there. Honestly, with how much times Flea has gotten away by hiding behind the box and tunnel, you gotta return it, right? You gotta be even that.
Return the flavor, see what happens, go from there. But the thing is, they're gonna know that strat as well. There's this all Eagles across the board. One is here to play. Let's pop some heads.
Good day for Hyper. And fluent in Deagle, and Enosis Esport, confident that they're going to be able to hit their shots. If not, maybe on to the next round. But it's a choke point that Nisla Rakov currently holds is, again, a 5-player initiation, a single charge and charge, just pulling on through. Molly dealing a bit of damage to each of these players, just spreading itself out. But a single tap by MUV, able to find its mark, although one still from long, able to deny one of these players. 2, 3, look at Blasi and Bartolo going off on the rest of the stack. The cleanup crew with a mop in hand, able to put Enosis in the dirt and finish what they came here for. Round number 7 is theirs. But they're still 3 behind, and Enosis are going to be able to afford a bit more going into the following.
It was a throw round. They know that it was a case of do what damage you could. They took out Norbert. Now Norbert has to buy. Their already fragile economy has been shaken. Not stirred, but it's been shaken. So from here onwards, Nasala needs to be careful. They know losing this round will bring this game back to even, and their momentum could be stunned.
Stunned, staggered, frozen, you name it. Enosis Esport heavily relying on this round. They're backed off to it. This is their bottom dollar they need to work with. Otherwise, they're going to be back to Broketown. And an off angle, a random moment, a hero play, whatever they need. It's a round, that's to say the least. The climax now towards this A again. Enosis, majority of the players focusing and pivoted towards the short rush, while one on top tunnels, MUV, holds a vital position, but not to help out the rest of the team. Could be quite drastic.
I'm worried about where Pico is. That's a sightline galore, but it is such a limited spot. Okay, I'm glad he's rotating now, because yes, you get great vision of tunnel, you can pick off early, but it's an extended choke point that goes deep. I don't like that position he was in. sit by the wall, on that B site so much better, as Stir will kick things off with an opening kill.
Look at the positioning. And Oasis Esports are perfect to get themselves rotated towards B. They only have to take care of one player and maybe watch out for the backs, but Bartolo is able to find one. Blassie exchange for him, and outside has been just easily given up. 50 seconds, still had plenty of time to play with, but now it's going to be the wiggle room of Nisla Rakov. Where can they enter in from? It's going to be these two, limited by the molly, stalled by the smoke. Players confused, where do we go in from? A single one just stepping through the gates and looking to contest Enosis on their own. Will it work out? Feels then maybe that's not a gamble worth taking. And Enosis on the T side, still holding it quite close, but you're confused, they're discombobulated. It's going to be Norbert and Bartolo able to carry out the mission. Last one MUE, the 1v1 king, but Norbert dethrones him, takes the crown, and Nisla Rakov now, the round is theirs.
I would have dropped back a bit further in the tunnel. MUV's gonna kick himself. He knew that was an easy kill he could have played off. Drop back, wait for the tap, then slowly creep forward. Or even wait just a little bit longer. There's many, many scenarios he probably wished it could have been, but well played for Norbert. Off angles galore.
Close. Again, Enosis now. Bit of a struggle. Able to afford these AKs they need. And mowing down snow is going to be a tertiary objective. But again, pushing towards this long will be something they need to prioritize in an instant moment. Otherwise, this consolation prize of time might be taken away from them. At least the Rakov aren't faltering for it so easily. They might expect a visitor down mid lane and able to expect him, shut him down. That's going to be Norbert's shot. Able to find the most value as an EQ is around, but an instant rotation from Enosis here towards B.
A little switcheroo. It's a harder site to enter, because there's only one front-facing point that you can fight with. And you have to layer smoke upon smoke to make an effective entry. It's 19. If you go that slowly, I almost guarantee you somebody will capture you. With a quick push in, we'll find one. This is a brilliant trade back and forth. Still 2v2, it's doable. Bomb has to go down now.
Oh no, Bartolo's position here could be a game changer. Coming up from behind, both of the players, not just Bartolo. It is both one alley, one-dimensional, and it could be expected by Enosis. They can play this well, but not smoking off the right angles. They're trying to limit out their angles. She needs to be shut out from behind, and Bartolo has been waiting for this moment. Clutched out the previous round, now on to the former. This one his as well. And the 9th round to Nisla Rakov, as they have now just almost caught up to Enosis.
Beautiful, beautiful. The comeback is on. Nisla, a step in the right direction. And they're slowly creeping forward. And they are getting the fight that they need. I wouldn't be surprised if Nisla does overtake the way the Enosis are unable to find a gap to attack with.
We only find ourselves questioning, what is Enosis doing? What have they done wrong? This round is all. We've said it before. We've seen the shriek that Nisla Rakov can leave the stain. Scoreline, look at the shots through the smokes. That actually finds damage, and Heavy is just going to walk on through. And finds the value off of it. Backing off, Smooth Criminal possibly no gonna keep his post. And look to challenge off of it. Now, second one comes on through Enosis. This is greatness they've been seeking out.
5-hit opportunity. There might be hope to put another round on the board. A little bit of breath. Because they can get the bomb down. They can get themselves on site. It's the post plant where they fumble. Where they make their mistakes. But this time it's called off well. Be careful. AWP alive. Doesn't matter. Blazy left alive. And at this point, Blazy might decide to save. Knowing this isn't the fight that he could win. The economy's a bit shattered, but at least he can keep his weapon.
Yeah. This is a losing battle, Blast. You don't want to be taking it. You'd only be walking away with a possible loss of a gun, less economy. And Oasis Esports Although they know what's up at stake. They want to hunt him down around the corner. Seems like Flea's footsteps have been spotted. Oh, you get a bit overzealous. You think he's already around the corner, but still hidden. And Flea catches him off guard with that second swing. Hits the shack and now ready to hit the road as well. And Gnosis Esports off yet again with a round. It's been a while since we've seen it, but Nisla Rakov, they need to stop at this instant, otherwise match point is already theirs. And again, that's just the safe way. That's just a lifeline for Gnosis to get themselves a guaranteed overtime. But match point, what matters for it, is the fact that you can convert it into regulation. Look at the position of MUV! The transfer for 3 Gnosis have completely taken it astray. Nisla Rakov lambs for the slaughter as they wanted to bunch up in tunnel, which only led to casualty one after another. And the plant going down there isn't much you can respond with here in Nisla Rakov. What happened?
They're having to save as well. They're putting it not only to map point, but to championship point. They have opened the door, and what was looking to be a Gnosis downfall, the point where you think this game would be over, a Gnosis could see the shining trophy, the shining end, the light at the end of the tunnel. And they are one round away to getting it done.
Bomb is out. Gnosis have gotten it. There's just no other way of putting it. Can we talk about where credit needs to be due? MUV has been the magnum opus for Gnosis. 26 kills. Been the thorn in the side of Nisla Rakov for 3 maps in a row now. This is a demonic player that simply can't be put to rest, and he's woken up against from his slumber. But at Gnosis Esports, 3 rounds. Nisla Rakov, on the other hand, crawling out of the cave once more, trying to make up for the mistakes they've been dealt. And with quite a poor economy, they don't. They have a Deagle. They have a Scout. They have an MP9. What are we thinking? And Gnosis. Oh, but a good headshot from Paco. Maybe it's still within this game. We're looking to deny it. But again, it's a 1-for-1 now. Results haven't been set in just yet.
Still, they're trying to throw bodies onto the point. 4v3. Bartolo able to trade it up, make it a 3v3, make it a bit even, but still Blazy's running with the Deagle. And you have to be careful because that's 3 kills you can't be giving away. The remaining 2 on site. They have an opportunity. It's been taken away. They could have closed it there and then. They gave the economy back. They gave it back to Nisla.
The answers there. Nisla Rakov are still within this matchup, and they're ready to pick it up once more. But for how long will this formation come on through of hero plays? And Gnosis making mistakes, not feeling themselves. Why did Flea get lost on mid? I simply don't get it, but it worked. We're still in this matchup. 10-12, 2 more rounds. Even though the eco from Gnosis here is great, we haven't been seeing timeouts. It does seem like we're going to have a bit of tactical difficulties for now. So we're just going to kind of throw it back for a moment. Yeah, this post was absolutely brutal. People were in blood and baths were spilled. And Nisla Rakov just got it in the end. And again, as close as it got at Gnosis Esports, mistakes were still there. There's no denying it.
Away we go.
What happened?
What happened? What happened
SCR?
indeed?
Gnosis? Well, yeah.
How did you win around that quickly?
Nisla Rakov, what? That's exactly what we mean. What exactly happened? That was just a moment. And Nisla Rakov went in and eventually found it. But hey, now it's down to the train theorem. It's keep yourself alive or end it all.
Round 24 of 24. Is it overtime? Or is it the championship? Ooh. The stakes can't be any higher than this right now. They fly through. A headshot for Paco says thank you very much. And it's just what edge, what angle could a Gnosis find in?
Look at the craft.
They're a man down. A shot comes in and that evens things up on the choke point. And a push into short will open things up even more. A bomb could go down and now you can mount the final pressure.
Are we ready to bury the
push.
hatchet? Couldn't be. Snow here. Off of the back lines. We've seen 4 plays like these, but it's going to be quickly put to rest. SCR in the grave now. Already pulling Snow down with him. 3 against 2. The post plant is there. Flea's able to find Norbert. And Blasi, the last one for it. Fighting against 2, still needs it. We do have the kit, so time isn't going to be an issue, but a double swing for the final to stand. And Osis will be your winners, your champions of Season 7 Plausible Gaming Championship CS2 tournament. Team Enosis ended out in flawless fashion within the grand final.
Brilliant work. It was fought tooth to nail. The scoreline said that this should have gone to map 5, but no. It was a 3-0 sweep. It was done and dusted. Brilliant work. And Enosis, well, wasn't the cleanest run. A lot of mistakes from them opened the door for Nisala to come back at them. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If you can get the job done, you get the job done.
Get it done. Now, it's been a long day, but this grand final sadly finishes on map number 3. And, well, just to give you a bit of a brightener, we do have another code to give away. And let me take a look at it. Now, of course, we do want to make sure that it will be the few. I'm just going to remind you of the codes from previous in case you missed out any of those. Sneak Play, SNEAKPLYAAY. We have Plant Fast, PLANTFAST, and Entryman, ENTRYMAN. These are the codes. Enter them in if you haven't just yet. But in general, again, this has been another season over at Plausible Gaming. Again, just a quick reminder for anyone that's still here. For all of you watching right now, we are holding a giveaway right now. Get yourself onto Gleam and try out those surveys so we know what sponsor you want us to work with to make these streams better, to heighten up the prize pool, get more teams involved and everything. But in general, I think it's been a great day. I do just want to give a quick thanks to anyone who played, to everyone who watched. Thank you, Hyper, for being on the mic with me greatly. And also, thank you to the production in the background. We have Kaladius, Krauser, Gurhazi, Ramesh, Tashe, everyone in the background working. Great stuff we got today. And yeah, Hyper, how was it?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect for a CSGO match. Just mwah.
Beautiful.
Absolutely, yes. That's how you want to see a Counter-Strike game. Both sides putting up a front that becomes and feels impenetrable, but at the end of the day, when the hurdle is it is the final hurdle, Nisala trips over at the end and just allow Enosis to take it all home, and especially in a dominant-looking 3-0 fashion. The reality was, it wasn't without a good fight.
Well played to Enosis. Best of attempts to Nisla Rakov. Maybe we'll see them around next season. But right now, we're going to be ending the show. As all good things must come to an end, so must this one. And, well, thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, don't forget to enter the giveaway. Pull out those surveys. Follow us on Twitter. And up until next time, we hope you have a great rest of your day.
Isn't like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Realize deep way under the surface. Isn't like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Purpose is better than any drug you could ever think. If you know why you're doing something, that's all you need. I wake up ready for the day because I believe in everything that I'm doing like it was meant to be. I get fixated and captivated
out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me.
It lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. It lies deep way under the surface, and like